better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets caused real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gold, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel the force of blood in. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped to be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't bright, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream, boys. We got ourselves more 5V5 1V1 DUELS on the evening. How y'all doing? Yesterday we had some fantastic duels. Today hopefully we'll have some fantastic ones over for the Team NA as well. Dude, do I sound out of breath? I hopefully don't. Definitely wasn't late or anything, or at least feel like I'm late on everything. I slept in today. It felt nice, but then I'm like, oh, gotta do. Oh boys, yesterday we had great duels on EU though. Those were awesome, man. We had a fantastic spell reflect moments. We had Cobra absolutely decimating the entire team with duels that he should not have been winning, like back to back to back. Absolute monster, man. Absolute, just like, how does he do it, man? How does he keep doing it? How does he keep getting away with it? Is the question that I have, man. Oh my god. How y'all doing? We got ourselves today duels over on the NA. I'm gonna get the group up and running right now. If you guys want to help me get the groups up and running, I would very much appreciate it. But yeah, got a bunch of projects that we're working on as well. It's nice having a whole new set of duels to actually edit, because I lost all my hard drive that held my footage for like the last month of, actually a couple of months now, really. Last couple of months of footage, just like hard drive went boom, it exploded. Not literally, but it might as well. it basically just got a blinking light which says, oh, there's something wrong with the hard drive, and by something wrong it's like, oh, what is it? Total failure, total hard drive failure, you know. And it's like, please fix me. And it's like, how do I fix you? In the event of total hard drive failure, hard drive cannot be fixed. Thanks, hard drive. Very cool. Appreciate it. Thank you. Very useful. Wow. Wow. So here we are. I'm still sad about it, dude. I'm still a little salty about it. You know how much work I had on that thing still left over? I had so much good stuff to work on for the day. All right, groups are going to be listed in a second here. If it works. Beautiful. Beautiful. Also, a bunch of class buffs coming out soon, boys. You see them? It's a huge list. Very happy about seeing that, honestly. Very, very happy seeing that. 5V5 1V1 DUELS, we are live. If y'all want to join them, more welcome to him. Only here because of Cracker. Sad news for you, my man. Cracker played yesterday. Cracker ain't playing today. So I apologize. But yeah, he's just not even on, man. Not even on today. So appreciate you for stopping by. Yeah, we do this on the EU Friday, and Saturday it is an A. We've done that for years, man. So yeah, if you're new, welcome. How you doing? But yeah, that's literally how we held our duels for years now. A couple of years at least. Is Friday EU, Saturday NA, because we're playing both regions. I try to hit up both sides, man. I try to hit up both regions. Some of you guys like assumed in your headcanon that, oh, I'm just NA or I'm just EU. And it's like, I do both, man. I do both. I'm also playing NA because I live in NA. But, you know. But yeah, if y'all want to join our groups, listen right now, boys. We're going to try to see if we can puzzle together over at Team NA. Let's go! Woo! I'm scared I'll just get wrecked amazing PvP gear. I mean, I think you have PvP gear, right? It's still early enough in the season where having like PvP gear is better than not having any gear whatsoever. I think so, friend. We are together now. Here we go. Beautiful. So we need a couple more to join here, man. Hello from Germany. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, so again, EU or Friday, Saturday is an A. Yeah, so Cracker played yesterday. You could go back and watch the VOD of that, I guess. We do have VODs on the channel that you can go back and watch. Or we'll have the best clips arriving to your YouTube feed in an hour. One of them at least. So we'll see. Sounds good, my man. Sounds good. Hell yeah. Good news. Good news. Go watch yesterday's stream or NFF through all this stealthies. There's not. How many stealthies do we have, Wes? How many do we have? We have like a couple of rogues here and there, but like they play pretty aggressively, to be fair. Right? I don't think Subtlety's in a position right now where they can just sit and stealth forever. I mean, are there some scenarios where you might be able to? Some, yeah, but like it's not like a winning strategy anymore, I don't think. Plus, do you see some of the things they're doing to Subtlety? They're giving them giga buffs, man. They're buffing them. They're beefing them. They're beefing with them Subtlety rogues. It is nuts. But they're removing the whole like vanish cooldown reduction, which is really good. Which is probably going to be very healthy for the game. Still double vanish, but like no more cooldown reduction, which is so good for the game. Beefier rogues. That is something people don't want to see, is beefier rogues. I feel like when you see beefier rogues, people just like PvP less in general. Just because rogues have been the banes of people's existence for years, for generations even at this point. Couple of generations, right? Like everybody has had that one scenario or one moment in their life where they're just exploring the game and they're playing WoW and they're just leveling and then a rogue comes in and ruins that experience. Out of all the classes, it's usually a rogue at least, right? You're leveling through, I don't know, you're trying to get to Molten Core, right? And then rogue snipes your world buffs. You know? Is this guy trying to join as a healer or is he trying to join like Molten Core run? I can't tell. Like, yo, Strat, if you want to join in, man, can you re-sign up and only as a DPS? Unless this guy literally thinks it's a Molten Core. At that point, why would you need a group for Molten Core? You know what I mean? I'm not sure how in this huge remove from Stealth Aura. It has AoE damage, right? Pulsating AoE. So I don't think that's a huge stealth aura. I think it just his AoE, constant AoE damage is pretty good against rogues. I might give it a try. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a stealth aura. You know, it'd be like AoE damage. Infernal does the same then. You know what I mean? Alrighty, we need 2 more for this group. And I want to see if we get a second one building. I wonder if Boris is around. Put a second group together. Or if he is if he's around. Hey, Duels. I don't know if he's making a group or not. I'm gonna hit him up anyway. Boris, and normally who is leading this group? It wouldn't be Conan, it would be who? I'm gonna group Chill. Nice. Hell yeah. Who normally leads this group? Is it PB&J? I don't remember, dude. I don't remember. Kargath? Ooh. Hey, wanna join Duels after that BG? Try to see if we can get him in here, man. Kargath, my boy, I miss ya. Also Kevin. Kevin is not around though. Landis? Does Landis join these normally? I don't remember who does, who doesn't, man. I actually cannot remember. Amelgar is already in. That's neat. Apparently Chill's making a group. Nicholas is doing Knockdown Proving Ground, so Lucy's Gearnass Demon Hunter, so I'm just gonna give him time to chill. And then Given, I don't remember if he joins these at all. He's in Necrotic Wake though, so we're gonna wish him best of luck, dude. Hopefully he gets a timer. I still gotta do my 10 Necrotic Wake for the week, but I haven't been able to like sit down and play the game with my hard drive going boom. I have not been able to sit down and play the video game, dude. It's been the worst. I just want to sit and play the game. That's all I want to do. But I'm all I can do is here complain about it, and I'm really sad. I'm not even joking. I'm actually so angry with myself, man. So angry. Does Tank want to join in? You could call Bladestorm now, WTF. My source of light me can indeed not a false alarm. Wait, what? Is that meme? There's no shot you can call it Bladestorm, right? Are you on an A or are you yourself? I am on an A, man. I live in an A. I live in America. Good old United States of, good old US of A. Hey Dal, do you know how to get red pallies? How? Do you know how red pallies are doing? Like, what are you looking at? Mythic Plus, rating, PvP? I think they're pretty decent. Like, they're not top tier. I don't see them like at the top of the charts. They're not amazing, but they're alright. Yeah, with all the pugs in green, like cannon fodder. Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. Sure, yeah, let's go. Let me know when to invite fam. Yeah, we still need 2 more for this group. Did we lose somebody? I think we did lose somebody. But yeah, we need 2 more and we'll be good to go. Why don't you figure out who else I can, Ooh. Blah blah. Does he join these? Isla Dorn. I'll ask Smog. Hey, blah blah. Wanna join 5V5 Duels friend? I think I'm gonna make Kona lead here for this group. I think I forget who normally is a group lead here. I literally don't remember, man. I don't remember. Oh, I can make Kargath lead. Kargath's done this before. You just anybody got it. Just as long as you have like, as long as you can let me know if you need more bodies. That's all you gotta do. In PvP, I can take a look see. I think I'll utilize a trusty pal called Drustwar, the website, to see how paladins are doing, or at least what the representation is right now. Like solo shuffle, I imagine, or RBGs maybe. Out of melee, they don't have the biggest representation for solos by the looks of it. At least at the top end. Over time, though, I imagine it is going to grow a little, but yeah, we're not seeing that many of them in solos at the very least. BG Blitz may be a little different though. Yeah, Red is actually pretty popular in BG Blitz. Red's pretty good in BG Blitz, so if you're doing BG Blitz, I think you might, or if you're playing Red, you may want to hit up BG Blitz, because you'll probably be pretty good there. But yeah, solo shuffle, I guess there's also arenas too in the brackets. Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, Red to solo, it's kinda aight. It's aight. Red and BG Blitz, popping off. Hey, Ada, focus on Guru now. Sorry, all G friend, all good, all good. We still need a couple of more. We'll be good to go. Looking to get back into WoW. Currently trying to get a laptop soon. All right, man, sounds good. Yeah, red bellies they've never really been like atrocious, but there's only a handful of times where they've been like top tier. They usually have a really good kickstart at the start of an expansion, but I guess they're not really seeing it this time around. That being said, red bellies do have quite a bit of damage. Bubble and Bop are all very, very strong. Your defenses got nerfed in PvP a little bit for this expansion, but it still is. It's decent, but like some pals have said, like, man, it kind of sucks having to spend resources on self-healing while other classes can just press a button and get a heal. So, yeah. Get in there, my man, Kargath. Get in there, my boy. We need uno más, boys. I don't know how many people Chill's got, but we need one more, and we'll be good to go. I want to see if maybe he wants to join in. Hey, this way? I'll ask Tank. See what he says. Also, Light Sword. Is he around? No. Who's that guy? It's a more outlaw representation, man. You know what I mean? What's has been? Oh, basic. Hey. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is good that I have some notes on people so I can remember who's who. Otherwise, I would have no idea. Is the rotation still considered easier? For red belly? Yeah, no, it's a pretty easy rotation. Yeah, it's definitely wouldn't be considered difficult. That's for sure. Like, there are some classes out there that are like a great starter. Frost Jetted is a good starter because a pretty simple rotation. Just hitting your button lights up. That lights up. Red Paladin rotation is also pretty easy too. Beastmaster Hunter. I'd say Warrior for the most part is pretty easy, like Fury. Not difficult. Mages, I'd say like Frost Mage is pretty easy. But yeah, Red Paladin is definitely easier to pick up. And that's why I think it was going to make it a little bit easier for PvP, because you don't really need to like do a whole math equation to figure out how to play your class and do damage. But like using the cooldowns appropriately, finding moments to heal, and group utility, I think is something that's going to be a bit of a learning curve. But at least like rotationally and slamming people, you shouldn't have a problem there at all. Yeah, so it'll be pretty good for that as well. But the range of the sap is bigger than the range of the damage. Yeah, well, I guess it depends what type of talents rogues take, honestly. What do you think it made more damage for mage specs? Probably Frost or Arcane, from what I've seen. Yeah. Which is the hardest DPS rotation in your opinion? For any class? I guess it all depends on the context and content. I'd say the classes that have probably the most going on, I'd say Rogue would be one of the harder. I don't know if it would be the hardest, but definitely one of the harder ones. I'd say Feral Droid previously in previous expansions has been one of the harder classes to pick up rotationally. I'd say like Survival Hunter has a bit of intricacy to it too. But like, maybe like, used to be arcane made, but not really nowadays. With Warlock, not really, because it's like you maintain dots or just spend resources. I guess with Warlocks, it could be difficulty of like Destro and mobility. You have to turret things, so you have to optimize for mobility. I'd say Shadow Priest. So if you were to put classes like, although it would be in some of the harder rotational playstyles, I'd say Shadow Priest is generally one of the tougher one because there's a big list of priority of abilities that you gotta manage. Right, and certain abilities depending on procs are not higher priority or lower priority depending on your procs. So I say that's hard. Rogues that generally rank him a little higher, maybe Feral Druid, maybe Survival to some degree, maybe Enhancement just because of the number of buttons that you have, but the actual playstyle isn't difficult, but just the number of buttons and priorities to keep up with is a lot. But I'd say like a lot of classes I've gotten easier. It used to be just easily, it's like, oh, Arcane Mage, and like, I guess Outlaw Rogue because of all the buff stuff. But yeah, it's like there's only a handful of classes, but it's really their difficulties. There's different reasons as to why they'd be difficult or why I'd rank them as difficult, but it's just like me, right? One man's opinion. So I'm trying to think if I miss any other classes. I guess healers to some degree could be difficult too, right? I guess tanks could also be difficult in some case too. But you probably mean just DPS, right? Yeah, I stick with what I said. I stick with my DPS list. Shadow Priest, maybe Rogue, maybe Feral, maybe Survival. I'd say Shadow Priest is only like shoe-in there. No? And they're not that bad. Like, again, like they have their own forms of difficulties, but it's more of a priority thing. Right? Your priorities change depending on the procs. And I think that can definitely complicate things a little. Halo must be crazy hard based on how bad all mine are. I don't know, man. Especially in PvP, like a lot of people like to make straightforward healing builds where like you have big healing buttons and you try to remove as much complexity out of a rotation. So, you know, it could be down, like, I don't know. I would always be sitting down and blaming healers, man. All I can do with the healer is press my defenses on my end and hope for a dispel. That's about it. That's about all. And then from there, it's really up to the healer to keep me alive, man. I don't give him grief. I don't complain at the healers, man. I feel like that's how you get a healer to stop healing you completely. Like in BGs, you're just like, man, heal my character. Healer stop healing you as soon as you say that, dude. It's like, what do you think I'm doing? They might be struggling on their end, dude. Oh, Caneric. Hey, Duels side? Try to see if I can snipe Caneric real quick. I think it is Caneric that I usually have lead, now that I thought about it. Does Lannis want to join? He's a deep hole ravine. I barely get that BG, dude. I barely get deep hole. I actually would like to see more deep holes in my my daily grind. Grimbatal, oh, good luck. Ken's in my group. Oh, okay. You want to snipe them? Got it. How many you got, man? I need one more. See if Nutgill wants to join in. He's in Bastion right now. Oh, he's probably about to do another dungeon, isn't he? Probably about, unless he's out and the key failed. Hold on, I'm gonna hit on Given really quick. Hey, wanna join my Duels friend? You got 4? Alright, I got 4 too. So we just need Onomas, dude. Need Onomas for either side and we're good to go, boys. Had a BG today with 400 DKs on my team and all 4 complained the entire time. Sometimes it be like that, you know? Sometimes it do be like that. That's just how it is sometimes. But hey, best you can do is, I feel like, yeah, best you can do in those kind of situations is just like, I don't know, like complaining does nothing really to some degree, right? You just kind of gotta find a win condition and play into that win condition. You know, tell them to death strike more. Exactly. Tell them death strike. Have you tried death striking? Have you tried pressing AMS? They'd love that one. Oh, gee, friend. Yes, tell this man. Sorry, you cried quick early and then right Bastion a few seconds later, a few minutes later. Oh man, Chicago, how you doing? Hey, beautiful. I'm gonna make you lead then. I'm gonna make this easier on myself. Warcraft DK nerf literally every single other spec in existence. They are about to nerf a couple of them, man. Have you seen them? My experience. Yeah, okay, cool. We got groups, boys. Hell yeah. So we gotta go with these groups and run them for as long as possible, man. Alrighty? So we don't need to be switching around like we do on EU. We can just run these groups, swap out our body, but get as many games as we can for the night, yeah? Have you tried death striking? Have you thought potentially about hitting the death strike button? It might end up saving you. We ready? We ready? We're ready. Queuing up. I can't spell. Jesus. Here we go. Pretty sure I spelled that. Awesome. Alrighty. Tater match. Chicago. King 5. Grand 1. I will try to do a few more Nagrands than you normally do. I will try to do more of those. Oh, did I have no music or no sound? Weird. Felt like something was missing in my ears. Game requests have been sent. Hopefully it all good. Alright, so what is it? Nagrand did not work. I was gonna say Necrotic Wake. I literally got Necrotic Wake in my mind. Well, the hook point. The hook point to start things off. And then we'll do... Or, I guess we could try Nagrand again, because it looked like it bugged. We'll try again. We sent it, nothing happened. Did I mess it up? Is it case sensitive maybe? Maybe case sensitive. Or maybe in the Grand isn't working? I'll try hook point instead. Maybe in the Grand is a bug doesn't and a hook point will work. That's probably what happened. Not the map. Someone probably is still or another problem. Someone probably in queue still. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give it a minute then. I'll give it a second, and then we'll requeue for someone else. Haven't seen anything come up yet. Yeah, dude, you see some of the new class changes that are coming out though? Those look good. There's a big list too, man. It is a big list. Last night I was just like, all right, let's go video talking about all of these, man. Going through all of them. All right, hook point not working. I'm gonna try. Mostly, let's try. Where is it? Let's try. Let's try Rook, maybe? Okay, I'm gonna try Rook. Something's happening. Something's not working right. Yeah, trying to queue it up and it's just not really working. Did I make Chicago lead? Is that maybe what's going on? Is I'm making the wrong person lead? I'm not even sure, dude. What camera are you using for streaming? Honestly, it's like a Logitech webcam. I honestly should upgrade my camera though. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, maybe it's time for an upgrade, man. Just get a bit of better quality. We're getting the queue, just not sending after accepted. Yeah, that's weird. That is weird. Maybe I gotta check on with Chicago real quick. Where's Chicago at? Your team getting the queue? Double checking here. Chicago's lead? Cool. So it is working. Maybe Chicago is AFK. Because Chills is getting it on his end, but Chicago, yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. Don't need any higher res than you are. We don't need you in any higher res than you are. Ouch. Ouch. Should I make myself blurrier then? Do I look that bad, man? I guess so. I guess so. We take those though. Where's my water? Alright, while it's so buggy, let me get water real quick because I forgot that I don't even have water. So we're giving Chicago a second. Might be Chicago AFK for a moment. Oh wait, hold on. It just gave me a thing. Hold on, maybe I'll try again. Maybe I'll try again the grand. You sent? Because Night King is getting Q on his end. But I don't know if Chicago is getting Q on their end. So maybe... Yeah, let me get water real quick. If it pops, chat, press accept for me, okay? I'll be real back. I'll be back real fast. Oh, hey. Oh my god, this doesn't walk away. I swear, man. I swear, man. Yeah, chat, take control from me next time, yeah? Please, thanks. Appreciate it, man. Oh, man. That's so funny. Alright, let me get the playlist going here, too. This song is nice, but I kind of just want to get my regular playlist going. Which you keep saying I need to update, but I haven't got around to that at all. Not gonna lie. So, here we are. Alrighty. Switch. Got ourselves Sorrow. Gonna be first up over the TM2 as a Marksmanship Hunter. I'm assuming with a name like Sorrow, Dark Ranger is a Dark Ranger with a Wailing Arrow versus Void Queen of the bat, trying to see if he can just stabilize with a big rapid fire attack in there. Is that a mini Shaw? What is that thing? That little Shaw pet. What is that? Shaw of Anger, but like a mini version? It is? Where do you get that? Hold on, Sorrow getting hit with a fear. Minded to go for trick. It doesn't have a way to break out of fears, actually. Playing around the human racial, and it's going to be a mind game. Needs to find a way to deal with this. Got himself a little survivability, but that mind game's not feeling good. That Exile is actually going to hurt you for a portion of it. Rapid fire back into Void Queen. Technically still has a decent bit of damage, but Mind Flame Saturdays are going to be able to pierce if you can't interrupt those. It's going to be a light. Starclaws up next. How many ferals do we got on team 2? That's quite a bit, actually. For Void Queen, not a great matchup whatsoever as a priest. It's going to be them double stuns out of the feral. Trinket really early. But Void Queen maybe looking at a disperse. Got himself a root onto Starclaws. Interrupted on Holy. He's going to go for a disperse. That is full PI though. Wanted to go aggressive versus the kitty cat, but unable to. And that's going to be Ursul's pulling you back in. You don't have a fear this time around. I don't know if there's anything you can do. Halo's out. Are you playing the Archon? Hold on. Halo might give you enough healing. Hold on. It does give you decent healing, but I don't think you can live through the ferals, please. So that is rough. That is so rough. Warrior leaping in. Conan with an immediate stun. The earlier you can get on top of the feral druid, the better. Now is a perfect opportunity for you to do damage, but the wall out of the feral is going to deny any burst out of Conan. Still got himself a big old blade storm and is able to at least remove any of the bleeds with that ahead of time. But already got a couple of bleeds. Intercept the feral as the man is trying to cut across the pillar. The Conan actually waiting there for him was perfect. If you have another charge, as long as you have those charges, you might be alright. Big bite of the feral druid. You got yourself a bit of reflect, which actually is helping to deal with that vine damage, if anything. It doesn't reflect the vines, I don't think. Or at least I don't think it can help you really. But Stormbolt out of the warrior, but I don't really know. Starclaw just need a couple more hits. And it might be lights for Conan. He does have a bit of healing as a Fury Warrior, just baseline. That's going to be a little bit of shielding as well. Got himself a reflect. Doesn't have himself a charge. Is going to be reflected or root back at Starclaws though. That could potentially give him an opportunity. He interrupted a casted heal. Unless Starclaws has damage, he might actually be a little bit behind on damage right now, or at least on your resources. That's going to be the warrior popping himself a bit more damage. Technically has a trinket. Stormbolt for a second. Wait, hold on a second. Oh, the warrior was so close. He just did one big execute, and it could have been over. Does Chicago give the Starclaws a chance? No, he doesn't. He's just getting in there. Got himself plenty of ghostos. Look at that. You got yourself a fire wolf. Wait, you got yourself trifecta. A fire, a snow, and a lightning wolf. All the triple elements. If you got an alien blast, that would be perfect right now, dude. That swirly of all these elements at once. I don't think you're playing alien blast, though. You might just be lava burst. but does take out a Feral with a couple of swipes in. Kinetic, dude, from one Feral into the next. Bleeds on Chicago are still rolling from last Feral, and that's a second set of Feral bleeds on top of it. You're having to pop wall immediately into a counter-strike totem. If the Feral attacks you, that dot damage is going to reflect back. Chicago needs a lot of healing to lift this. Guys have killing surges, but not a lot of mana or Maelstrom to work with. Mana plenty available. It looks like it's just enough to stabilize main for a moment. Does have the counter-strike totem zapping at the Feral a little bit. He's gonna go for full main, full set of bleeds, like the last one by Chicago. Kinetic with a Bardisk, and Chicago needs a lot of healing right now. Sunder for a second while the totem is right next to you. Big shielding from the stone bulwark. That is gonna provide him quite a bit of survivability. More wolves getting sent out. Kinetic rooted for a second, trying to see if he can play defensively wall and Heart of the Wild. That's his biggest defenses out right there. So potentially, Chicago could have a proper go. Next main by the Feral could be very deadly. Trying to go for a knock. Still Feral able to sink in the bleeds. And I think the Feral just got to sink the bleeds and run. Just get out of there. Stand next to counter-strike totem. That is going to zap you back for all the damage you do. Chicago has a bit of Maelstrom and mana in order to keep himself alive. The totem's providing them a bit more shielding too. So at least the shielding helps with some of the blade damage from the Feral. The periodic damage does get kind of countered. Kinetic still got Heart of the Wild, so he's got himself plenty of survivability. Walking next to those totems, especially the big totem, will not feel good. Trinket for the lasso. And Chicago, both of them are kind of lowish, but Kinetic, hold on, Rude. Chicago breaks it immediately, cutting the Feral back towards the totems. Big zap available. Hold on, Bardisk out for Kinetic. Does he have anything? Well, in bear form, he can't go aggressive. Try to go for a clone. That's gonna be. Wait a second. That's a Searing Totem. He's just blasting you. I haven't seen Searing Totem shoot anybody in such a long while. It's like classic. What is this? Big Thunder. Oh, and Chicago taking down these Ferals. Oh, that is a rough one. These Ferals are a menace. They are a threat. They even seen a few more nerves going forward very, very soon. But man, it's Chill Pills, I think, wants to give Chicago as much of an honor duel before. As soon as he sees their health full, it's like, all right, that's enough. Immediate stun, immediate bangers, immediate blitz. While available for Chicago, will not have the Bulwark Totem. May need a Bulwark Totem to live this unless they have enough Maelstrom. Mana is kind of a low right now. It is going to get regened a little bit, a little. Thunder onto Chills needs that heal. I don't know what you can do in that situation. And the Riders take you out. It wasn't even Chill tanking you at the end. It's just the Riders finish it off. That is a lot, man. I was with some G Parasite and Sport Juice. Yo, me too, man. Me too. I wish we could get my man Top G back in on these dudes, because that guy was a monster. Also, Parasite, he does pop in from time to time, but I think he's busy working on ults right now, you know, it's still pretty early into the season. So, I feel you, man, I feel ya. I feel ya. Frostfire, Frostmage, ooh, big fan. They are buffing it back up quite a bit very, very soon. A lot of those buffs were looking like buffs that were going to happen only during the PTR for 11:05, but it looks like they're bringing some of them really, really early. Silence on the Fairlin with a stun to follow, and Fairlin I don't think is running normal Blink. I think they're playing around Shimmer. Ice Form is available, so they can't steal stun anymore. Quite a bit of damage over Chill Pills. Got himself a bit of that AMS. I don't know if it's his AMS or if it's an AMS from one of his riders, but that's going to force a block out of Fairlin, because that just enough obliterates in order to be able to get those defenses. And Fairlin is the second to last left with Treasure Pile on standby. Might need to be the Treasure Dragon to take down the rest of them, dude. The big smog damage. First aid for Chills, so he's getting a lot of recovery with Fairlin sitting down for food, hoping for a trade. But Chills able to recover really quick and mount up and deny Fairlin any kind of healing. Try to go for a kick. Actually, Fairlin able to dodge it perfectly. Without a Ray, I don't really know. I normally would get a Ray and chain together with a Shadow ability, but maybe they were just trying to see if we can get a kick out of Chills and perfectly timed it. Flares around, has Chills out in the open, no line of sight, so maybe that's exactly what they were looking for. Position to maybe knock Chills, is actually going to blink instead. Silence for Chills, Fairlin has to go for a block. Might be a second block here potentially. Does get himself reversal. Grip right after. Do they have any more damage? Got himself a bit of shielding, but that shielding gets burned through. Second shield, burned through instantly. Only 37% dampening, and Chills got himself plenty of damage. Morgan staring at him like, man, we just gotta wait out the block. Yet another block, we gotta wait out. AMS for Chills. I don't really know if Fairlin can do anything here at this point. Unless, I mean, the AMS just gives him basically the freedom to do whatever he wants. Breath, but does go down to the dots. Playing the Rider build too. The more Riders he can have, the better. Treasure Pile going to be up next as an Evoker. Playing the Devastation. He's going to go for a big Shatter. Breath to follow on Chill Pills. IBF it out of it immediately. Dragon trying to get some mobility. You're just going to try to see if he can back away with big Disintegrates. Those are at least fortified with IBF, so he's able to reverse them. But man, if the dragon can give himself a couple of big disintegrates, Root does not connect with chills. Got himself a bit of casting. Might be a trinket out of treasure. This is going to be a stun for a second stun. Silence. Holy, hold on. Oh my. The Frost DK making a big return this way now, dude. Look at that. The bigger blitz. Chicago snapping out the Pharaohs. Starclaws able to absolutely obliterate people with bleeds, however. Chills still able to come back and at higher dampening. Live long enough and get a big enough combos. That's literally what he's got to do is play around that stun combo, silence combo, get as much damage as he can. Otherwise, he just die. Probably cannot, that's survivable. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah? Chicago and Chills, let me know when you guys are ready. We'll get another one going. Boys, if you guys need more, let me know. But yeah, ow, yeah. Some of these boys hurt, don't they, huh? That burst in particular was actually quite a bit, man. That is quite a lot. Just a full stun, silence, or stun, silence. Those off earlier? All good, all good. All G. Alright, Chills, let me know when you're ready. We'll be good to go, my guy. No, what? I'd like to see 100 VA and play PvP. Dude, he does have the trinket that I really want, though. He does have the trinket that I really want. Yeah, I mean, anybody and everybody's welcome, man. You know what I mean? Anybody and everybody is welcome, is how I view it. Ready? Alright, we'll get ourselves another going. We'll do Hook Point. I like Hook Point as an arena. But yeah, technically if you have enough versatility, even in PvE gear, you can actually do a bit, man. Yeah, exactly. He does have the trinket that I really want, man. That map, that scroll of speed or whatever it is, that thing is nuts. If you have that thing, it apparently does a ton of damage. I need it, man. Bring it on. What's up? Absolutely. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. Hope you are doing a good, my dude. Also, Boris, Bria, he's switching out from the Warrior to Shadow Prince. What a play, man. Didn't know, not a you, but Kragar, dude. Kragar was pumping yesterday. I got a clip coming out in like 30 minutes or so with Kragar, too. That guy was spell reflex, man. Also, he had a lot of tough matchups, though, this week. That is for sure. He had a lot of, like, really unfortunate matchups against him. But yeah, pretty neat, though. Hell yeah. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another going. Switch. Got ourselves Boris over for the team to right. It goes to Shadow Priest. He's not going to be first up. Instead, Chill Pills is going to be taking center stage versus Void Queen. A bit of a rematch for him. Or not a rematch, but another chance to go first. Is going to be Chill Pills Lichborning out of that fear, trying to see if he can land an interrupt into a double stun. Onto Void, immediate disperse, seeing the Rider, seeing the full burst, full frontal damage out of the Frosty. DK decided that's going to be my big defensive. But even then, still continuing to get chipped away. Those are blitz, don't stop. Into another interrupt. I think it's just lights. I think Chill Pills did not even give you a chance. Into a silence right after. Did not give you a moment to catch your breath to figure out what the hell is happening. He just snowballed you and just let that snowball keep building into a massive avalanche. Just absolute savagery, dude. With the riders and everything, it's a lot of damage. Trying to go for a quick stun. Chill Pill still mounted. Able to see if he can swing around the corner. Is that just normal mounted? I thought it was, yeah, there we go. That's the summon mount. But that other one was just normal mount. With the reflect now for Coda, Chill Pill's having to take it a little bit easy. Does summon a ghoul just to sacrifice him. Squeezing it for all his life. Just like squeezing it like a, I was gonna say like a lemon, but who the hell drinks lemon? I guess there's lemonade, isn't it? I guess there is lemonade. I was about to say something dumb, and then I just had to correct myself. IBF out of that stun, does get a grip onto Conan. He doesn't have a lot of damage to work with. Trying to see if he can get himself a bit of healing, but fighting against a Fury Warrior, not the way to go, I think. I think the Warrior just has way too much sustain compared to Chills, which is basically all burst. Does get himself a first aid last second. No bleed. Waiting out for Conan, squeezing out the most he can out of that heal. What's the cooldown on that bandage, by the way? Is that a minute? If it's a minute, it might as well use it now to get as much healing. Does avoid Conan's lead. He does have big go, potentially. Stun out of Conan. An opportunity for the Warrior to make a big play. Into a Blaster. Chill Pills has nowhere to go. Oh my god. Oopsie daisy is right. That is just so much damage. Yeah, fighting against a warrior, whether they have burst or no burst, it is just a lot. It's just too much, man. With Sarah gonna be up right next around the corner. Wailing arrow to going immediately, trying to go for aim shots, needs to go for rapid fires, knowing that the guy's gonna round the bend. As soon as you round the bend, you gotta make sure you get around it, man. You gotta get around it as soon as possible. Sarah trying to get an angle, but his cooldowns are just gone. True shot absolutely wasted by the looks of it, and Conan trying to get himself a bit of that second wind healing, just denying Sorrow from being able to attack. Is second wind kicking in? Are you not ready to stick a wind? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say for a second, like, was there a dot on you? Was it just like a black arrow together with the wailing arrow in the opener? It might have been. It's gonna go for a disengaged warrior, locking him down with quick stun. Got him some big damage. Human Rachel to follow rapid fire, but I don't really know. Might just have to go for turtle everything. I don't think it would matter. So not a moment. Conan, the hunter did press a wall, hoping that maybe it'll be enough. Maybe I can get himself a bit of healing. They do have the talent that allows them when you wall, you get a partial exhilaration, and when you exhale, you get like a wall for a few seconds, which actually is getting nerfed, by the way. Actually getting a bit of more nerf. Definitely, as soon as you get low, if you... And there's a lot of hunters right now that I noticed that are pressing wall, but they're like holding a turtle until the very last moment, but like, if they got cooldowns and you're just like, you know what, I could wall this and maybe possibly die, or turtle and guarantee no die, you might actually just have to start running turtles. You have so many good defenses now to work with. Big bites out of the feral, there's nothing a warrior can do in that situation. Like a warrior versus a death knight, you have more sustained damage than a DK, you have a counter. And then you have the feral druid that can just sink all those bleeds through the warrior's plated armor. Not that Conan's running too much armor based on his mog. And it just absolutely sinks right through you. Big burst onto the feral druid, Starclaws surrounded by the wolves, standing next to the totem. That's a lot of opportunity damage for Chicago. Big bites follow through either way though. Chicago getting super low to use the defensive. That's gonna be Nick Fox to beat him every yet again. Thank you so much, my guy. Big burst out for Chicago. Got yourself a big defensive them with the shield stone bulwark. The Starclaws just trying to see if you can fight through it. Out of defenses. Chicago looking to maybe go on the offensive themselves, but the shielding them is just getting absolutely ripped apart by the bleeds. Knows that Ursul's gonna just move him. He's just gonna stand next to it, catch up on a little bit of healing, wait out the Ursul completely. The Starclaw's looking for a reset, but the Earthy Elemental will not let it happen. The Unique Foxy, my man. Thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate you. Can we get some appreciation for Unique Foxy? Appreciate you, my guy. Into a lasso. Starclaws with a Sunder. Chicago catching the quick stunner. Big totem, big Sunder. And they're about to make the totem build, by the way, even better than it is right now. And it's pretty solid. For PvP, at the very least, it's getting some play. But in PvE and everywhere, really, they're about to make it even better. Big Voidtorn for Boris. Are you playing Archon? You are Archon. Seeing the Halo go out and in. Is that Halo hitting Chicago while they're behind the pillar? Because that Halo does a decent bit of damage. Plus, those Mindflay Insanities are juiced. Chicago just taking those Mindflay Insanities to the face and is going for as much self-healing in order to survive it. Knowing that Boris got a bunch of bursts, Chicago just seeing about, what if they just live the burst of the Shadow Priest? Just survive. Just live it. And then fight him mano to mano. As long as you get a kick, that could be huge. Interrupt, it is very short. That is the heals available for Boris. Does not have a lot of his healing tied to his damage though, so you can just heal whenever he needs to as long as he doesn't get a kick. He gets a bit of recovery, 26% dampening, let him stay alive for a little longer. Silence on Chicago, kind of detrimental, does get a kick, and it's just a very short lockout though. And Chicago needs a bit more damage, fear to follow. Boris able to recover a decent bit of health right now. But Chicago is put in a weird position. They don't have a line of sight. They need to juke over to a pillar. Picked up a little bit of health. I don't even know where that came from. Halo to follow. Trying not to get interrupted. And it's going to be Sunder for a moment. Boris with a fade. He just needs himself a bit of damage. Disperse. He wanted for a holy cast, knowing that he's going to get interrupted, just to make sure he can get a disperse. Just trying to see if he can bait a kick out of Chicago. Okay, I got a disperse. Let me see if I can get a couple of heals. Will you interrupt? Will you not interrupt? No, you don't have a kick for a while. Maybe I can make someone work. Void operation to reposition completely. And needs to get himself some kind of a big go. I think just waiting out for the void form. Big burst out of Boris. Big setup for Chicago. Maybe this will be enough. Boris trying to go for as much healing as possible. Does get himself a crash, but Chicago taking him out. And there's only one more to go. Kineric doesn't get the opener. Does land the opener. Totem almost pulsed on him to get him out of cell. Chicago immediately going for a wall here. Ghost Boots are available. Plenty of Maelstrom fuel and you can be used to do damage or healing. And Chicago is going for a ton of healing to fight the Kinetic Wall out of the Feral Druid really early. So Chicago no longer has to worry about a big defensive of the Kinetic because it's big as defensive right now. The most he can do right now is Heart of the Wild, Bear Form, heal, but he has to back away and go behind the pillar for it. Bark Skin is going to be helpful, but it's not an end-all be-all defensive. So for Chicago, that's an opportunity right here. Solid opportunity to not only take out one Feral, but a second one, as well as a Priest. Got him some Bulwark. Bulwark Totem being up right now is perfect. That's going to help you with the damage taken. You can just stay on the aggression for a good bit. Got himself Totems pulsating with the Sun to catch a Canaric. Barson is available. He needs Heart of the Wild main for a second. Chicago might be okay. I think mostly okay. Bulwark Totem still refreshing shields on you, which is helpful. That bleed damage that you can refresh, that'll help. Any kind of refresh and any kind of bleed damage that can be redirected from your health bar helps a ton, and that totem continuing to pump shields on you. Even a little bit with 39% dampening, still solid enough. It can never could be under a lot of trouble. Heart of the Wild, a Bear Form. He hasn't played super defensively. He cannot get on the aggression versus Chicago if he's going around Heart of the Wild healing. Main with Chicago. Knock back for a second. Do you play defensive? Playing defensive. Chicago catches him in last. I think it's over. Unless, oh, he left. Oh. I honestly thought maybe you will be able to live it, but he left last second. It's like, oh, I'm probably dead. Bounce. No, that should have been another tally for Chicago. Well, it's going to be only 2 kills captured, but I think that last one should count over Chicago. Man, that was good. Well done. Let's get us another one going, boys. Uno más. That was so good. Feral Druids hurt, man. Feral Druids really hurt. Caught the kitty on the leaves. True. That was so good. Too much pride to die. Well, no, I don't think it's that. I think it's just in that kind of situation, like, you got to choose whether you go offensive or defensive, right? And I think that's where he was like, well, if he's got an Ellie Blast or a Lightning Bolt or really anything, he just doesn't have anything to immediately heal himself. Even at this high dampening, he was like, yeah, it's lights. It's lights. If he didn't get caught by the lasso, I think maybe he might have had a escape, but yeah, I don't blame anybody, man. I don't blame him for bouncing like that. But yeah. Let's get us another one going. Chicago and Chills. Let me know when you guys are ready. When you go against the Warrior, keep moving on. Only engage with rapid fire if it's cooled down. Yeah. Play around the pillar. Bait Warriors leap and disengage in the middle of the map. Got a shot into a trap. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Yeah, you gotta use them ability to see like Beta Warriors movement and then like root them in place, right? So if you can play around, that's what mages do, right? They just gotta like, okay, Warrior charges me, hit him with a breath. Warrior charges to me, I'll knock him back. Warrior charges, I'll blink it. Warrior leaps, I'll reverse blink it. Setting up an ult time and using that to waste one of Warrior's gap closers is huge too. That can be crazy as well. Oh, does it actually? Yo, Boris's name apparently means Dark Boris. Holy, okay. It's Boris Sombrio, which means Dark Boris. So Boris's Shadow Priest actually, his name stands for Dark Boris. I had no idea. That's cool. I like that a lot. It was out of the last 100%. The thing is though, Lasso no longer does percentage health and damage. If it did, I'd agree with you, but I think maybe if it didn't crit, you might have been able to escape it, but who knows, right? So Flex said, okay. It's healing. Let's keep it level, boy. Oh, is it actually? Oh, yeah, maybe. What did she say? Ready when you are? Okay, cool. Chicago, let me know when you're ready, or if you need more bodies. Let me know, my guy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Other people let it happen over there. Go through the effort to specifically lead the parties and make a legal thing. Not always, no. I do think sometimes it's like, okay, well, I know what's going to be happening, so I'm just gonna, yeah. Woodwind, I think, is in a shuffle. Oh, and they have Dragonizer with a name. Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, they might have got their shuffle. Chicago is a bigger cat. I guess what you can do, Chicago, is open the group up in LFG, right? So let's get the group listed up in LFG for Raids Legacy on the multi-core. And if you guys want to join, you can. I guess what we could do is wait until Void Queen is out of their solo. Or if we get somebody that could swap in for them, we could like replace it for now and get Void Queen back in. You know what I mean? 4th round? Oh, okay. They're already on the 4th round. So maybe we should just wait at that point. Yeah, he says they're all in the 4th round. So it's going to be round 4, round 5, round 6. It's going to be quick. Yeah, so we'll just give it a moment. So Chills, your team, keep them together. We're just going to have to wait until solos are done for Kargath. But it's almost done with these rounds. I feel like Feral is lowering me down too fast. You think so? Yeah, Feral is top 1 for warriors. Definitely a toughie. Definitely a toughie. Whoops. Did you kick him? Okay, Kargath. We'll do it like this. The groups are listed, so if you guys want to join, more than welcome to. Kargath, as soon as you are out of your solo, join back in. We'll do it like that. Yeah, we'll do it like this. So if you guys want to join, there's a spot available right now over on Team NA. Find them under Molten Core in Ray's Legacy section. Otherwise, Kargath can join back up whenever he's done with his solo. That'll work too, yeah. Either way works, honestly. Either way works. Yeah, I would just... There we go. We got 5th. Nice. So we can now go. Yeah, all good, all good. All good, all good. It's fine. Got 5. Beautiful. Are you still listed? Just delist real quick and all queue goes up. Top G! No shot! He back in! Oh, no way! Okay, I'm gonna give you guys in the grand. If Top G's back in, I want to give this boy a chance to shine. No way, my man joined back in. Hold on a second, Top G got a room for 1. Oh, I just saw you in chat, man. Hey, how you doing? Hell yeah, we do, man. Hell yeah, we do. I got you back in. Oh my god. How you doing, bud? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, yeah, we started doing these dual streams a little bit earlier, like an hour earlier for both NA and EU. So this is about time. Good to be back. Let's go, dude. How you liking the expansion so far? Yo, Fury War is about to hit a few nerves, but Mountain thing coming back, right? You know what I'm saying? So maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be viable. Maybe it'll be decent number-wise. But like some of the damage they could do with like some of the talents should be pretty solid. Like there's quick damage bonuses for Rampage of Bloodthirst, so maybe it'll be good. Who knows? It's amazing. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. I gotta work early. Let's go, my guy. Always have to have you back, kid. Oh, man. What we might have to do is we may actually have to switch out the Ferals so we don't have 2 Ferals. I was about to say we should probably switch out the Ferals so we don't have 2 Ferals on one team. Like maybe switch a Warrior and a Feral and cross team, which I guess would be kind of neat. Then again, these Ferals are, like, they're doing good, but like Chicago has got a Feral counter, so who knows, right? But maybe. I'm not against it if you guys want to switch them up a little. So Twitch. Do you think the Pallet Bustle will help? Pallet Solo Shuffle, etc. With you mean Holy Pally? I mean, Holy Pally is a bit of a nerf, except for Light. Light would be good. Templar could be good too. It's gonna be Top G. Oh my god, dude, look at this guy. Holy, what a set. It's like a superhero. Oh my god, got us a big old Blasto versus Boris, who's actually a name apparently I'm being told is translates to Dark Boris. It's a Dark Boris versus Top G. My man's making a return. Holy, got him so big volley of void running him out in every direction with a fade for a moment. Boris playing out the void. I think he's a void right now, isn't he? I think it's a full void build. I'm not sure though. Maybe he is. Are you Archon? I think is it Archon or is he void? I can't even tell, man. Can't even tell. I know the void is getting buffed up quite a bit. I think it's Archon though. Big Flame Sanity zone to Top G. Stun right after. Those Sanities do a number of damage. Got himself a big void. What is a void? Teleport, but a leap out of the warrior, able to counter it. Does not have disperse, so might be under a lot of trouble. Stun. This is going to be a trinket. Looking for a heal. Quick interrupt by the warrior. There ain't much you could really do in that type of a situation, to be honest. Stun out of the Feral immediately. Convoke, a big Convoke opener onto Top G. Doesn't even give him a chance there with Conan rushing in, trying to see if it can avenge his warrior brethren. Quick charge right after. Barskin to follow. Yeah, when you get Convoked like that and you got no trinket, I don't think there's a chance for you to survive that whatsoever. Bart's gonna help for Star Claws, trying to see if he gets some more damage on the Conan, as he got himself big defense with enrage regen. He's got himself big roar to follow. That's a lot of bleed. It's not the biggest bleed, but it's a decent bit of bleed versus Feral. It is an overlap and bleed on top of all the other damage. You can shrink it to follow. Got himself to reflect for a moment. Star Claws, I think, trying to see if he could get away with a root. And he got plenty of bleeds on the Conan, where Conan needs to stay next to the Feral. Leap does have a charge to intercept him last minute. And as long as he can stay next to the Feral, that could be a decent bit of healing. But without Bite, I think secures the Feral a win. That is a tough one, man. That is a tough one. And he's going to convoke back up. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, Rune around the corner. Still gets an open around Chicago, even though he was rooted. And a convoke right after Chicago at least had the kick for it. So there's that. He does have a convoke in a minute though, but I still plenty of comp points and bleeds that he's able to set up. Big bloodlust out of Chicago. Sarklos could be under a lot of trouble. Barskin is available. Got yourself a wall on top of it as well. Who was it, team 2? Oh, I think it was Shower Priest, right? Yeah, I think it was Boris. Okay. Boris already got the play, so it's all good. Those bleeds are brutal. Chicago having to toughen up with the Bulwark Totem for those bleeds, man. He's got double layers of shields from the Totem shields, Bulwark shields, and those bleeds are still just rocking his world. The Starclaw just is staying in. Ursos, like lots of Chicago, isn't enough. You notice he doesn't want to get yoinked. He's gonna get yoinked if he moves anywhere. That Bulwark at least is helping with some of that bleed damage. Starclaw's got himself bear form. Renewal up here very soon. Might want to utilize it before dampening really kicks in. Definitely renewal. There goes the renewal. That was a lot of damage out of that field. Big yellow blast out of Chicago. Massive setup. Claws could be under a lot of trouble. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. Wolves. Oh, and the totem, I think, around the corner. Just the pulse of the totem was enough to shatter his senses. My goodness, that is a lot of damage. That is a lot. It's like acid goes through the armor. Dude, yeah, bleed. The thing is too, Conan. The thing is too, my guy. Feral's had big bites before, but Blizzard knocked down the bites a bit, but buffed the bleeds. So Feral lost a little bit of that burst, but got even better sustained damage. It is wild how strong it is, man. It is so good. It is so good. They were like, all right, well, we're gonna want Feral so you lose all damage. Just the one to have one-shot bites, but like Giga bleeds, yeah, we'll fight him with them having those. So just to put up bleeds on you, and you're just like, unless you're just constantly healing next to the Feral or can remove the bleeds, it's just over. Big Elder Blast out of Chicago. Sorrow, I think, maybe going down unless they go for a turtle. Shield does go for a turtle. And Chicago, I think, just trying to wait out until turtle's out, right? I think Sorrow's like, yeah, this might be over, right? I'm just gonna go home. I'm just gonna go home. I think I'm done with it. So it's like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. I don't think I want to do this. Is he gonna try to go for a camo? Maybe. Even Chicago's kind of confused. Like, okay, I guess we'll play range gameplay here. You just try to auto him. Yeah, just bonk him. Kineric up next, charging in. 4 minutes into the match, actually 5 minutes. We are getting some dampening up bit by bit. Interrupt onto the convoke, but it doesn't matter. That convoke was enough for helping build combo points in order to get a big old bite, man. My goodness. That what is the most fun class for you? I'd still say Rogue. That's why I made it. But if I had to name some of the other good classes out there that I very much like, I think Arcane Mage is insanely fun. I think Red Pug is pretty good. Frost Death Knight with a dual wield build is very, very, very enjoyable. I'd say like Affliction Warlocks, especially when you go for like a full dot build with Hellcaller. That could also be very, very fun. I also like Windwalkers. They're actually pretty good too. And if I had to name one more, I like Survival. I think Survival is incredibly fun. But that would be my top list of like what I enjoy specifically. And for a good bit, I really like Preservation when they were playing like a damage evoker build. Like now they're still pretty good for damage and all that, but I'd say when it comes to healers, probably Resto Shaman if I had to name it. As Fairland getting locked out by Kineric, Ice Block to follow. Not in an amazing spot right now. Does at least get him. Wait, no, the health. Oh, you gotta make sure you pick up the talent that allows Ice Block to give you back some health. You have to. Otherwise, there's not much you can really do in that situation. To another Skull Bash. Fairland only has one block. They're playing Arcane Mage. Unless I have a proper big go into Kineric with full burst and you basically avoid the Feral Druid bleeds. It is not easy, man. It is not easy. I think those bleeds just... Are you just dead to the bleeds? I'm watching the hell bar. You got yourself food, but Kineric is charging in. He's got Feral Friends and everything available. Not even stealth right now. Should be able to AoE you out, maybe? Or no? Do you see how bleeds? You are low and the whole crowd of orcs is just... Wait, Poly? Yeah, Polymorph does nothing. No, Fairland, no! Yeah, they're already polymorphing themselves by going animal form in a way. Yeah, look at those bleeds, man. I think it's over. I think it's just over. Yeah, those bleeds do the work. Treasure pile. is going to be up next. Try to see if you can get himself a big charge around the corner. Feral get in the opener. Intro convoke. Let's go for the trinket. Intro a bit of the renewal blades. So any blades damage she takes right now should be alright. Try to see if you can turn the breath. Does turn the breath. It's going to get a trinket out of the Feral Druid. And for Treasure Pile, at least he was able to get himself a bit of healing. You got to deny the Feral re-stealth if possible. You have to. Does deny him the re-stealth. That's going to be maybe a shadow combo. Maim. Short maim, wall out of Feral, so there's not a lot of damage that Treasure Pile can really do to him right now. Might be under a lot of trouble, needs a way to heal. I don't know if he's got immunity or anything whatsoever, or any kind of healing. I think it's just the blades. Yeah, the blades just take him down. That is rough. That is very, very rough. Oh, double the Feral. Dude, these Ferals are literally just a carrying team too. I mean, it's just these cats, man. That bleed damage, that convoke play, I think, for the both of them was pretty good, wasn't it? Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? Was there about a Feral losing burst? So they over the last few weeks they've actually toned down their bite damage for Feral Druids for PvP, but they redirected a lot of the damage for blades. So with bites doing less damage, that takes away some of the burst, like convoke damage burst, or when you go for normal bites with burst, and those challenges that can amplify the damage of bites. That burst is toned down, but the blade damage is fortified. Bite deals immediate damage, it can crit for a ton. Blade damage just sustained damage over time. But yeah. Well, yeah, so that's what I meant when I said, like, some of the burst damage is kind of taking a step back a bit. Glad you don't see it with my Hunter. There it is. Hunter doesn't have PvP gear. Yeah. Let me know when you guys are ready, or if you guys need more bodies, I'm gonna get another going, yeah? Or if you want to switch up some groups, it's also a possibility too. Halfway. You just need a lot of versatility, man. Technically, if you have like a bunch of PvE gear, but it's all Versa, that can be competitive too. PvP gear, especially if you have a couple of, like, even hero track pieces are basically equivalent to honor gear if the burst heavy, and mythic pieces actually could be the same item level as conquest pieces if they're burst heavy. So for some classes, if you have like big burst pieces, just put on much burst and you should be good to go. Trinket bonus is missing if you don't have that. Definitely should get that if possible, but technically you could go like full on. Did one? All right. I think the groups is going to be listed in LFG. Yeah, groups are listed. Hold on. Is Boris making his own group? Boris, you got two. Hold on. Boris, you got two. You can take one to Team Night King and one to Team Chicago, and we'll have two groups. Why did Boris split off? Or is he trying to make another group with like Flex or somebody? Hold on a second. Oh, a second. We got a note to make two groups. There's a remote burst altogether. I hate that stat. Some players were talking about potentially like, what if Blizzard remove versatility? My friend won't play. It sounds good. Sounds good. What we could do. No, okay. What we could do, Boris, is if Chicago or if Chills or Chicago sends one of the members to Team Chills, you and your friend can join Team Chicago or Team Night King. Either one would work. So if somebody wants to, somebody on Team Chicago, if you want to like volunteer to go to Team Chills, then Boris can join with his friend in Team Chicago, and that'll be a Feral Druid. Wait, no, you're Shadow Priest, right? Yeah, either way works, right? Either way works. But we have enough people to make a full group. We have enough people to make a full group. Does somebody on Team Chills would need to go to Team Chicago, or somebody on Team Chicago would need to go to Team Chills, and then Boris will be able to join. There we go. Looks like it's happening. So Boris, you should be able to join Team Chicago right now, and I think somebody on Team Chicago is probably going to be hopping over to Team Chills. So then we'll have full groups. That'd be perfect. Hell yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I said it is down to bounce. Whatever you want to do, man. Whatever you want to do. Sorry, you're more than welcome to play, or if you want to bounce, man, you can do that if you want to. Either way works. Wait, Chills already when you are? It looks like you guys have 6. How do you guys have 6? Hold on a second. You guys got 6. You can't have 6. There we go. Light sword is it? Oh, let's go. Let's go. Hopefully that boy will get a chance to play. Ready when you are? Awesome. Awesome. Let me get you guys queued up then. Hell yeah. We'll do, I don't even know, Dalaran Sewers. I think Dalaran Sewers is a decent enough arena. Not everyone's favorite, but it's a decent enough for duels. Should we do a massive arena at some point? Like a big old, Maldraxxus Coliseum? Or like Nokudon Hall? Would you guys want to do any of those big arenas? Any preference in that department at all? Rick, you? idea phone still. Oh, good, oh, good, oh, good. So we can do down sewers. We do like Tiger's Peak. Tiger's Peak is generally decent on a map. It's like big, sort of big. It's not quite big. It's sort of big. But we could do like a very massive map, like we had done Tolveron in a while. We could do a Tolveron, honestly. I don't want to do Mechagon. I don't think that's a good one. I don't want to do the Bastion one, also not a great one. But we could do like Nokodon, Maldraxxus, or Tolveron. I haven't done Tolveron in so long, mostly because it's like the perfect playground for Pharaohs and Rogues, man. The pillars are so massive, you can just sprint around the corner and never get caught. Oh, we got a lot of warriors over Team 1. Okay, that works too. That works out, man. That's a lot, but that'll work out. It's a lot of Pharaohs on the opposite team, so I guess these warriors are just... they're literally just food for them at this point, I think. Unless these warriors figure out a way past him. Because it is a tough matchup. Not quite impossible, but nearly impossible is what I'll say. Got us some triples over for the team to are ready to go. We got Caneric, Starclaw, Sorrow, as well as we're coming back in like that. What are these weapons you got? What are these things, dude? They're actually kind of janky, but like in a cool way. But like, I think you're trying to go for a whole new mod. Top G gonna be first up versus Starclaws. Man, actually, I would jump into the pit with the Tiger, and that's gonna be immediate bleeds on the Top G. If you can just go for charges, go for a bit of CC, just to stop the Pharaoh from heading behind the pillar and stay on him, that's gonna be the only thing that's gonna keep him alive here into Ursos. He knows he's gotta go for a leap around the corner, has to go through Ursos at some point, leaping in. Ursos catches you, doesn't quite yoink it back in. You need some healing. Big defenses are gone for the time being. Starclaw's got plenty of bleeds, plenty of damage into Convoke. I don't think there's a way to respond to that. I think it's just over. Oh man, the damage it could do. That is rough. That is rough. Those bleeds, there's actually nothing where you can do against that, huh? Actually, not a lot. Even Kraken was struggling a lot with it yesterday. Like, he was just, every matchup that he had, it's like, it's a really close matchup. And then as soon as the Feral Druid, it's like, okay, it's very anti-warrior. Feral Druid scary? Oh, very. Very. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know what they were trying to do by nerfing the bites but buffing the bleeds, but like, I think it basically, it went from being scary to still being scary, just in a very different way, you know what I mean? Knocked back by Chicago with the root onto the star, just trying to see if you can keep him at a distance for a bit, but also not completely letting him get a full reset. Though the Feral Druids are slippery. Is going to put a totem next to him. Pulse? Does it pulse? Totem? The totem pulsed, but I don't think it reached Starclaws at all, which is unfortunate. I was thinking the totem was going to have instant pulse when it dropped, and Chicago trying to position the totems somewhere closer, but just unable to last its catch a kitty cat. So at the very least, you can wrangle up the cat for a moment here. As the Feral trying to see if you can go for a bash. Convoke knocked back for a second. Chicago does avoid some of the Convoke damage, but unable to interrupt it. That is bleeds and comp points built up on a couple of big bites out of Starclaws with even more damage. Berserk together with the Feral Frenzy. Massive bites onto Chicago. Bulwark Totem barely keeping you alive. Healing is all you got to keep yourself afloat here. Wall for wall here for Chicago and Starclaws, but Starclaws, oh my! The bite and damage is still quite relevant. Taking out Chicago, just trying to see if he can go behind the pillar, licking his wounds, catching a couple of where he goes. Barskin was used up there too. Man, that is so much damage. And that's just literally wall for wall. Both of them just popped everything they could, and it's all about how much damage can you do to the other guy, whose wall is gonna fall off first. And that's really what it comes down to. Oh, that is rough. These Feral Druids, man, gonna be a full, I think it was a fear from Conan, right? If not a stun. There goes a full stun to Starclaws, and then it was a fear. Gonzo Bladestorm, able to stay on top of the Feral as best as possible. Feral in bear form. While Feral in bear form, this could be a huge opportunity for you to get a bunch of damage over the Feral, or at least establish quite a bit of pressure. You gotta force him to play defensive. Convoke, do you have a kick? He does have a kick. Definitely need to pummel it every single time. Feral's kind of low, just gotta make sure they don't root you. If they root you, that could be bad. Bear form, this is where I think you may just want to commit as much damage as possible. Reflect in case there's a root. Barskin out of the Feral Druid, got himself maybe a bit of healing. And Conan looking for a leap around the corner. Stormbolt on the Feral with a charge to re-intercept them. Barskin is down. Feral Druid trying to see if he can build up some damage of his own. Tiger's Frenzy could go for a Feral Frenzy. Hold on a second. Or Tiger's also could go for a Feral Frenzy, is what I meant to say. Ursul's stopping Conan in tracks. There ain't much you can do. And a root around the corner on top of it. If only you had like some kind of bleed damage to keep the Feral out of stealth as a Fury Warrior, maybe it'll be a little easier. You do have Dragon's Roar. I don't think it'll be enough. The Bladestorm doing quite a bit of damage though. Stun right after, Bleeds to follow for Conan. Got himself Avatar, but a maim. Do you have a leap? Leap on a charge. Leap on a charge. Leap. Charge. Leap again. Do you have a second leap? Oh, I don't think he does. He barely has enough health. But he's trying to see if he can maybe get himself that good positional. Had to go for first aid, but the bleeds and the vines were still on him. Got himself mounted up. Stormbolt on the Feral. Deny him the stealth. Deny him the opener. That could potentially be something. I'm switching to the wrong person. Switching to the wrong Feral here. What am I doing? Reflect out for Conan. Feral got himself a bit of damage. He's got Tiger's Lust. Bites to follow. And that's going to be down for the count. Man, these warriors are... It is rough. It's definitely a pretty good counter. With Dark Boris going to be up next. Fading that opener by the Feral. Fear into a trinket stun right after. Gives them an opportunity to have a proper go. Halo to follow. Void Torrent does get CC onto the Feral Druid. Mindflame Saturdays are going to be able to be doubled out back to back. Convoke to follow. Does have a silence for it. Got him some Flame Saturday. I think the Feral is just done for. Yeah, Boris just had to stand there, become the turret, and tussle with him. And Shield's get attacked by the tentacles, but not the right target. Kinetic is going to be up next. Could be a disperse out of Boris. I think it's going to be dispersed. Trying to go for cast into a kick out of the Feral. There goes the full disperse, and Boris should hopefully be able to catch up a little bit of health. Hopefully he has a dot or two into Kinetic. He needs those dots. That'll pick up the eyes. You need info. You need to have a knowledge of where the Feral is. If you don't, that's going to be an opener. Full set of bleeds. Feral Frenzy, Bart's Berserk. I think it's going to be a light steal unless Boris can heal this. Boris used to literally heal all of this right now. Feral leaping in. He doesn't have a kick anymore. Juke the kick. We need a heal steal. Boris under a ton of trouble. Does get a stone to Kinetic. Trying to go for healing. Maim to follow. I think it's just over. Unless you have any kind of heals. Or any kind of anything. Oh, Halos will maybe do a bit of healing. But no. Feral just runs in. Bites his head off. Takes him out. Ferna. Last one left. Needs to find a way to fight through Kinetic. And maybe he'll have a chance with the rest of the team. But these Ferals right now are absolutely out of control. Ursul's trying to see if he can get himself positional. Maybe a leap to catch up to the Feral. Feral leaping away actually himself using the wild charge while in travel form. Ah, this is rough, man. This is rough. What can he do in this kind of situation though? That's not easy. He got Avatar. He's got a lot of cooldowns, but he just has nowhere to send it right now. It's just rough. Whirlwind almost catching the Feral Druid though. So close. So close. Does have a Stormbolt. Feral does not have a trinket. Ferna, he's got to play it super safe. Rooting, reflecting the root, which is huge. Got himself a charge. Intro Bladestorm. Able to stay on top of the Feral as best as possible. But it's just not quite enough. Does he have another charge? Another leap maybe? The Feral is just going to go behind the pillow. Heart of the Wild is going to let him recover a ton. Especially in bear form. He could do the bear heal. Man, does get himself another opener. Ferna does have a defensive, burning it really, really early. I don't think Kinetic committed a lot of bleeds. At the very least, Ferna is going to be safe for now. But the next go with bleeds could be absolutely detrimental. Catching himself a proper reset. Ferna may just need to pick up eyes, man. He may just need to pick up eyes at this point. As soon as you don't have sight of Feral, at this high dampening, you probably need it. A rallying cry. I don't know if he has a battle message. You can wait in those charges until the Feral is at the corner of the map. Or the corner of the pillar. Quick instruct on the Convoke, but I don't think it's over. I think it's just done. What can you do in that type of a situation, dude? These Ferals are running amok, and somebody out here gotta stop them. Somebody out here gotta stop these boys, man. Chat, what's a hard counter for a Feral? Is there any? Is there any? Feral players, man. There's a lot more of them right now. Like early on in the expansion, a couple of Ferals are being main Ferals are like, yo, we're back. Like Ferals were pumping in the days of Shadowlands, and they're like, yo, this is better than Shadowlands, man. We're so back. And everybody else is not back, but Ferals are back. I wonder what people hate more, Ferals in PvP or Rogues in PvP. I think still Rogues, right? But give it a season 1. Scary Kitties. Oh, incredibly. Play class, low mobility, 2/3 of heroes, makes them too. As it can encourage sustained damage and make it a short duration buffs. In other words, stick to your targets all these. Basically, yeah, basically. legit leech life from others in lore. Most common example is not stealing kill, thus life energy. Yeah, I mean, if you played DK back in previous expansions, they had that rune conversion as well as like a little life steal ability for death runes, right? If you got death runes, you can convert them into like necrotic leech or necrotic tap or something. Basically, think of like a life tap for warlocks, but instead of like your health becomes mana, their health becomes your health, right? You know, Laura, you're reading there fundamentally does magic builders. Well, I guess Death Knights do have some sun land vampiric type of thing about them. That's where Death Strikes and blood magic comes from, right? You have the chill of the frost, the deathly frost, which is like Kale Thazad, but also you have the undead stuff. But also there's always been like a vampiric thing about at least the undead faction back in Warcraft 3, and that's kind of part of like what made Death Knights its own thing, because it got expanded. Like back in Warcraft 3, they had an idea of what a Death Knight are, which is mostly like raise undead and be a warrior, usually on top of a pale charger horse. But then they kind of expanded, I think in Warcraft WoW at that point, with Lich King, kind of what a Death Knight is, like the blood, the which is the sanguine, the sun land type of the undead magic, right? That's part of the blood. The Kel'Thuzad casty Froster stuff, part of the Frost build. And then the undeath is summoning pets, ghouls, diseases, gargoyles, right? That necromantic, part of the unholy. So it's like them expanding it. So I can see somebody being like, you know what, we'll be able to leech some more health. I don't necessarily disagree, like thematically. And blood kind of does that, blood DK does it. But like, I almost feel like you should be able to like, maybe like give up some damage, but pick up some talents within the class talent tree so you can have more self-sustain or something, right? DK as a class always had strong self-sustain. It's only recently while DK got over nerfed every patch, not healing a lot. Yeah, like I remember Mop, they had a lot of healing. I think Cataclysm, they had a decent bit of self-healing, or like at least they were tanky. They took damage really, really well. WoD, they had really good healing. I remember that. I don't really remember Legion because I didn't really pay attention to them that much. I just remember because, you know, every class is time in the spotlight. I think they didn't really have too much time in the spotlight though. At least I'm guessing. I know Blood DK were really good on Mythic Plus. And then Shadowlands, we've been through that, right? BFA, we've all been through that. There were some moments like with legendaries and Shadowlands, you had some good self-sustain, but it was like, you had to make a really, really cheesy legendary to try to live and stuff. And it's like, you know, Wild Legion BFA too. But they're all really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. Let me know when you guys are ready. We'll get another one going, boys. Yeah. Uno mas. Chicago said ready. Never mind. If you guys need to join or want to join us, groups are going to be listed in wherever. the Raids Legacy. Didn't those have blood press and DPS specs? They did have blood press. Yeah, blood press went through a couple of iterations actually. Blood press used to be the DPS stance. But then Frost Presence used to be like you freeze your blood to fortify yourself. So that was the tanky stance that gave you more threat. At some point they changed them up a little bit where blood became the tank, Frost became a dual wield melee DPS with Frost magic, while Unholy was like the pet class with haste runes and frenzy, faster resource generation or like cooldown reduction, maybe something along those lines. I'm trying to like remember because it changed from like Wrath, Kata, Mop, on and on while they still have presences. It changed up a little bit. And what was cool is like you could be a Frost DK in a Holy Presence with a specific build that actually played really well. Or like vice versa as Unholy in a Frost Presence for like specific playstyles or whatever. It was really cool. I always enjoyed that. But yeah, there used to be Blood Presence, and Blood Presence was at some point became like the tanky stance. They gave you more health and some better healing, I think. Or I'm trying to like remember exactly what it used to be. Had fun, guys. Thanks for letting me play. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, my man. Main point is, lower armor classes, especially druids, are designed to be hit and run, but for some reason they're able to face tank a lot of stuff anyway. I think it's right now they're face tanking stuff because of bark skin, wall, bear form, and the limited bear form healing, but they're doing a lot of hit and run. But yeah, compared to like a Death Knight, yeah, if you compare the two, like a Feral Druid can definitely stay in for a lot longer than a DK. Much slower, forced to face tank stuff, don't have the ability to do that, it's just flop. I do agree to some degree, like maybe Frost DK should not fall over as quick as it does. Like I think in arenas, Death Knights is mostly fine because you have a heal and you can focus on damage. But you are pretty, like, you're a good target. Like, if you see a Death Knight, it's like, just a DK. It's a pretty good target. I'd rather sit on a Death Knight than on a Warrior. Like, both of them will play the classes, but I think a Death Knight will fall over. How we did tonight, man? We did pretty good. Sides of Ham. How you doing, my man? Disagree? Well, we can disagree. That's fine. I think it's perfectly fine. We can disagree. That being said, I'm just surprised that Death Knights did not. You know how Death Knights have the class challenge tree, right? Like Warriors, for example. I'm actually kind of surprised on them too, to some degree. Also, that challenge tree is very, very small. I guess my UI makes it look like that, but it's so unusual. But like, you have the Spectre, which is all your main role, but then your class tree, and I feel like class tree should exemplify some things that a protection warrior would be able to give in a way to Fury Warrior. Something Arms Warrior can bring in that can give to Fury Warrior. Something Fury can bring in to give to other specs. But it's more like, here's a standard talent tree, and here's a spec which is mostly damage. But this is like, I don't really, like, I guess there's Second Wind. I guess there's like some armor stuff, right? So I guess like you can get tanky through that regard. But I would have loved for that to have like some kind of like a tank specific thing that is like shared. You know what I mean? I thought that would have been really, really cool. And that's kind of how you imagine the challenge trees initially, like Blood DK. Okay, something that Blood can do is now imparted to other specs. But at the end of the day, there's not really anything unique. I guess there's like a cheat death thing, but it's not that strong. And I guess you could make the death strikes a little better, but like it's still nerfed pretty badly. You know what I mean? Chose the fantasy of lore, they aren't. Gameplay's a different thing. Well, I think the classes, if anything, should be balanced on gameplay. Like, fantasy and lore is one thing, but definitely I think they should be balanced on gameplay. Arms does have a reason to use Thunderclap, doesn't have mental thing. Arms Warriors do have some natural baked-in Thunderclap aspects because they can Thunderclap to spread rend. So for them, it's actually worth as an ability. That's always been their core, though, right? But Fury Warrior Thunderclap mounted thing I think is cool, like how it's an optional choice and some of the talents can now modify Thunderclap so it makes it better. But like, I'm saying like without the hero talents, like ignore that for a second. I would love for there to be more like, oh, what does Prot Warrior bring into the class challenge tree? What does Arms Warrior specifically bring into class challenge tree? But nothing really specifically is, you know, feels like Prot, Arms, or Fury. So almost like just everything that other warriors could utilize, which is cool. I just would have liked, personally would have liked for it to be more thematic, but you know, to each his own. So we need one, actually we're done here. We need one for Team Nike. So if you guys want to join us, more than welcome to. We need Onomas. That's my really hit. Holy dude. Colossus suits more for Fury, but not on Arms. Colossus? I do kind of agree. Colossus should have maybe been a Fury thing. Like, Colossus is just this massive monster. And like, what's more monsters than a dude wielding two-handers, right? I feel like for Warriors, they should have done Blade Master as one of the hero specs too. I got Mountain Thing. I think is really cool. Like the idea of it, I like it a lot. You know, like the whole Thunder and Light thing. It has a Warcraft 3 theme. Slayer and Colossus, I guess they're cool. Like gameplay wise, they're fine, but definitely should have been a Blade Master in there. Definitely, they should have given a Blade Master at some point. Yeah. I think Blade Master would have fit Arms Warriors so well. Because imagine, dude, these are Blade Master orcs teaching the ways of the proper Blade Master. All they do is just practice how to slice with a blade as hard, as accurate, and as deadly as they can be. How awesome would that have been? And you could have a little banner of a Blade Master. You could choose which clan you trained with as a warrior. Just a thematic thing. You chose to be a Blade Master, two-handed warrior, and maybe you can make a thing like, I guess it could have just added a thing like you kind of have to play a two-handed sword, which would have been a class restriction and like unforged, but like imagine how cool that would have been. You have to use a sword. And they could have done something cool, like what if like you have to play a two-handed sword, but you could use, but now you get an ability called sharpening stones. So you could sharpen that sword to fit your play style. You can basically like take whatever sword you get and you can like give it temporary secondary stats. So you could change and sharpen the sword to change its secondary stats. Maybe like for like an hour, kind of like a sharpening stones buff, right? So now you have like almost like a Death Knight enchant thing, but an Arms Warrior, and you can literally select that weapon and choose what you want it to be. How cool would that have been? Choose what a secondary stats you want. Haste Versa, sharpen the blade to be Haste Versa. You need like crit mastery for dungeons, raids, sharpen the blade to be Master Versa. You stuck to swords, but now you have more flexibility on sword specifically. How cool would that have been? Just throwing it out, just sharpen idea, man. Give me a sharper sword. I think it would have been awesome, right? You can even give them like a special animation where they have to like for 5 seconds to sit down and there's like a one of those like stone wheels or whatever. They have to sharpen the blade for a moment. Give them like, you know, 8-second animation on it. Bam, they got a sharpened blade. They could choose what they want it to be. I think it would have been badass. What do we got? Ready? All right. So are we ready for both teams? Chicago says they're ready. Night King, we need uno mas. Night King, one more from my man Night King, boys. If you guys want to join us, Legacy raids on the multi-car. Like a poison for rogues. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, like a poison for rogues, basically. Yeah, that would have been awesome. I actually think that would have been really, really cool. Cool. Chicago, make sure you leave the LFG here and it will be good to go. Yeah. I'm reference for too, but you're making me want to jump back in a working with DH or hold a boss there. Dude, Demon Hunters are actually kind of fun, and they're giving Eldraki Reaver some buffs. I don't think it'll be enough to make Eldraki Reaver strong, but a lot of people that are Demon Hunter still, I think, is very, very fun, and Feldscarred is pretty decent as a hero spec. It's like it's very, very straightforward. Would have loved for Demon Hunters to have like a different type of Eldraki Reaver than what they had, but yeah. Enjoy Frostpunk, but if you want to hop back on, man, we can do some deals together or something. Get you geared out on a thing. What I want to know is it actually been applied in concept. What I want to know, where has it actually been applied in concept? What, the Death Knight thing? I know you can read DK's by gameplay description applause. Wait, what? What I want to know is, I don't even know, dude. I'm missing a whole portion of the conversation, I feel like. Alright, we'll do not tigers, we'll do one or do a big arena. Do one or do a big one. Boris lead. Okay. Cool. Boris and Night King. 5. We will go. We will go. I don't even know what arena. I'm drawing a blank here. Dalaran sewers. We haven't done Dalaran sewers. It's my memory is not blending with like arenas we done yesterday and arenas we done today. They upgraded their animations. I think they did. Yeah, I think they really did. Let's go by concept. It should have been 1,000 of dead corpses following me around. No, not wrong, dude. Not wrong. Should have been an entire army. True, not wrong. By concepts, not wrong. I mean, how cool would that have been? Imagine just having like billions of pets, and that's literally part of your gameplay. I mean, Hunters had like 5 of them at a time with the zoo thing they did. Literally was like Stampede, an ability where they got 5 of the pets out of the woodworks. So like, if they can do that, why can't we have like 8 little ghouls following around a Death Knight, right? Like, why not? Why not? We've done stuff like this. Just add a couple more pets. What do they do? The Twitch. I guess on live you do that right now, but like you could go RE build. Most people play 8-bomb build though. You guys will never be on a level. Why not? Imagine, like, what stops them from doing it? You know what I mean? We got Caneric over on the team too. Is the door still open? Not open? Oh, now they're open. I didn't see a countdown. That's weird. We got ourselves where hasn't got to play so far fairly, and it looks like gonna be not first, but it's gonna go launch in a second as Caneric immediately going in for. Oh my god! Vic and Woke and Inferno having to play super defensively immediately, but I think the blades are just done. Holy! There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do there. That's just full Convoke, all bleeds, and Inferno got away, so you can't even land a heal. Oh my god. Oh, Top G does get the Feral. Perfect use of Whirlwind there. Does go for the Spear. Feral can't go anywhere. You have the Feral in your sights. They have nowhere to go. Bartiskin made us have to rotate even more defensive. Big kill for the Feral while in bear form. Popping out a cat for a second. Stun to follow. He is just forcing him to stay in bear form, play defensive the entire time. That's all Top G can do at the moment. Try to see if he can build up some damage of his own. Trinket to follow. Canary taking huge hits though. Might be under a lot of trouble. There goes the bear form. And there goes the wall. That's a lot of defense and Heart of the Wild. So Top G got a lot of damage out of this guy right now. For Caneric, leap to follow, but Caneric already behind the pillar into immediate stealth. But Top G had some reflect in case his route to follow. Bash for a second. Cyclone. Oh, he had to stop himself. He had to stop himself with that clone. He almost landed the clone himself. Actually, that probably would have been okay for Caneric. At least you got yourself on that reset you needed from Top G, even if you got Cyclone. Charge for Top G, not letting the Feral out of sight. Ursos for a moment. You got to break the Ursos. You got to get a stun on the Feral. As soon as you stun him out of bear form, I think he might just die. Blade Storm, just stop the stun. Stun. Wow, Blade Storm into follow. Reflect up against his root right after. Generic under a ton of pressure. Fear just to keep him in place. Heart of the Wild is active. Barskin is up. Whatever healing he can get is whatever healing he can get right now. Stun for a short second. Generic trying to see if he can escape into an X. Get a top G. Does slay one feral. Does he go into another feral though is the question. No, it is a rogue by the looks of it. We're at least giving this man a chance to get a proper honor duel. Top G, you can't see him, but this rogue is giving you a chance here, man. Sap from a mile away. Does whirlwind him, but a cheap shot goes through either way. The pistols and dispatches, flashing blades by the rogue. Big killing spree, literally porting everywhere. At the very least, it's not a feral with blades, so it is something you can fight against. Spear, the rogue can't go anywhere unless you close. Evasion, he's still stuck. He's still stuck to the spear. You can't attack him, but he is stuck for a short moment. You are gonna need some healing. Got him so a big defensive here. Stun onto the rogue for a moment, but you still need a little bit more health. I don't know if you have a fear or anything. I don't know if he does. Haymaker, knocking rogue, punting him out. He does charge right back in and enjoy yet another killing spree. I think it just might be lights for Top G. Does get to separate from rogue for just a second, leaping away for a moment. Rogue is out and about. I don't know if you can do anything. Stun is DR'd, so heavily DR'd. Stun, I think it's over. Both got low. You actually had the rogue so low too. Conan leaping in. Cloak for shadows for the Stormbolt just evades it completely. It's just gonna go for a quick blind. It is a very short blind. Does go for the advantage, but it actually looked like Conan and Whirlwinded were out. 100% it looked like he whirlwinded him out. Oh, and a quick execute as rogue trying to see if he can go for a quick uppercut, cheap shot, run away. Big slammer coming down. Conan does it a burning humiliation for that one. Man. Oh, man. That was so good. Like, Conan picking up the eye. He doesn't know if it's a feral going next, is it? Feral is out and about. He's not on stealth. He's not the one dueling right now. I think I'm still trying to figure out if it's chill or Feralin. It might be chill. Might be chill, but for Conan, at least there's some cooldown comes back for his offenses, defenses, and trinket. Potentially, so we're chilling. There we go. Finally got the Feral down. It's progress. They're so strong, dude. Ferals are very strong. And for Warrior, it is not an easy matchup whatsoever. For the Fury Warrior, get enough hard songs better than Fury DPS back at the moment. Is it true? I know that Fury is getting nerfed soon, but it's mostly like those Slayer playstyle. They're trying to make the other hero specs a little better, but like, yeah, they're trying to also make more builds actually available for Fury, but it's like builds that people don't really like. So it's like the Reckless Abandon build, which is like a burst build, versus their anger management build. Pretty sure. I don't think it'll affect the PvP though. Technically, it's better for PvP actually, because Bloodthirst and Raging Blow will just hit harder. So I guess it's not bad in that regard. Like sustained damage should be even better than before. It is going to be a feral. Oh man, I picked up the eyes on everything. That is so rough, man. Conan. Yeah, unless he knows it's exactly a feral, whirlwinding a feral out in the open might be the only way to go. Trinket for both of them though. Starclaw's gonna hit with a few, but it's trying to go behind the pillar. There's gonna be Blaze Storm out of Conan. And Starclaw's got himself bear forms, taking a bit of damage. Got himself an Ursul for Conan into a root. Oh, he got the Ursul that also roots him for free. That's what it is. I was thinking like, how you root him behind the pillar? No, it's just an Ursul that'll automatically root him once he goes it back in. I think it's part of the Wild Stalker playstyle too. Conan got himself a bit of damage, as well as the defensive. He wants to get on top of the feral. Bash the feral. Bacon Bow. He technically is taking as much as possible. He needs a heal right here, right now. Stormbolt charges towards the feral. Try to go for a, I think, a Moonfire, but I think the bleeds just have him. Unless he got a heal now. Yeah, the bleeds are brutal. Boris rushing in. He knows he got to deny the feral reset. Hitting him with a Shadow Crash immediately. Stone for the feral either way, though. So he does get himself a reset for a second. Figure to follow. Does not have a trinket. Full Void Eruption. Everything's available. Does get himself an interrupt. These bolts are missing the feral druid. The wall out of the feral. Got himself full void. Oh, the void weaver build. The wall should be coming down for the feral. And I think the void rift will collapse on him. That could be a lot of damage. Big DPs. Lots of damage built up. Got himself more insanity. The pen is doing a decent bit of damage. I think the rift collapsed, right? Yeah, pretty sure rift collapsed. So now you just have to go for a disperse. He just regrows right in your face. Boris needs a CC. He got a fear soon. He could fear this off potentially. Trying to catch up in healing. Big fear. But he's held, dude. He's held the bleeds. Oh, man. He just got to dodge the feral. But he's got to survive. He's still... Oh, doesn't matter. Just like a missile, the feral flies right in. And Lil JT gonna be up next as an elemental shamansman. He's got to find a way to root the feral. Has him out in the open. Should be able to dot him, right? Should be able to dot him, right? Or is it, are you a stealth or are you not a stealth? or just give him like a chance here. I don't even know. He does go for the stun with the main pet. Primordial setup, potentially big damage. Lightning bolts are flying in all directions across the entire team. Trying to go for a hard cast. Needs to get himself that instant cast. Fred just going in for bites while he's got it. Little JT needs to have his own proper go, but the bites. Oh, oh, he has to go for bulwark. You gotta heal now. Oh, that was a lot of damage out of the Feral. Chills, chills. Don't let the boy have a chance. Give him a chance. Don't cut it down so fast. His life flashed in front of his eyes just now, man. I think it's over for him. He's trying, man. He's trying, but man, the Ferals. Circlo is picking up 2, and I think Canary picking up 1. So at least the Ferals are not running him up completely, but man. I don't think Blizzard can win. Like, they tried to do community as solid, right? They were like, people were like, man, Blizzard, I'm getting a bit apart by Ferals. We're like, all right, we'll tone down the bites, lower them down a bit, but we'll bring up the bleed damage. So like, you guys at least not gonna get bursted. Another community is like, Feral, Blizzard, I'm just getting bled up by these cats. Blizzard can't win. The one Feral should be strong, obviously, but like, they're responding to feedback to the community, but they're still, oh, they're still so rough. All right, let's get another go. Let me know when you guys are ready. Boris and King, let me know when you guys are all good to go. Not King, chills, either one works. Crazy match, honestly. Crazy match. I am surprised that Shaman lived. That Feral at some point was like, all right, I'm just gonna go all out. I'm like, oh my God. And then he somehow squeaked out a victory. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Wild. Actually wild. Come up not as strong as Arena and Duels, Nasty and Duels. Oh yeah, very, very strong. Very strong. Especially since you can't have anybody that can CC you or kick you or that. But yeah. Very good. Should have synced against magic users. You can usually only get destroyed and train to physical. All of that, sync against magic users. I remember they were for a good bit. Yeah. Just because they AMS, and then they used to have like this other buff that basically would just give them like random procs of Spell Warden. They do have some anti-magic talents too, but Spell Warden is gone though for the most part, doesn't it? It doesn't feel tanky, right? Some cast specs usually really bad ones. Yeah, ever since the lost Spell Warden, I feel like that magic tankiness aspect got lessened. It's now more about like AMS removing dots, but given a long cooldown or sharing that AMS for like support stuff. DK weird balance so much is about magic damage. DK weird to balance it so much about magic damage. Yeah, I don't really know. I still don't like how Frost DK is super bursty but not sustaining. You know? Like, burst is good, but it'd be kind of nice if they had some kind of sustained damage. Because I feel like they could at least exert some pressure. But yeah, like, comparing them, I guess, like, Flex's lead of the group. Okay, cool. I'll do Flex. So Chill, I left. Cool. Flex's group lead. I'll use him then. And Chills, let me know when you're good to go. Guys, go through DK against high level play. DKI is not hard to balance. Just don't nerf Death Strike. Yeah, probably just don't nerf Death Strike. If I ever class them to some degree. But I feel like after a couple of expansions of bouncing classes back and forth, right? You could just take a look at like when was a class strong, and you can see what aspects of the class made them strong, and you could have that as like core. Okay, this is the most fun that people had playing that class. This is what made them strong. Let's try to like bring it back to that. But like, if let's say it was like, I remember Wrath of Lich King. A lot of people say that, you know, DKs were overpowered. Wrath of Lich King. They had a stun breaker where people had to have a trinket for it. They had death and decay that would fear you, little things like that, right? And they would just be like unkillable, did a lot of damage, didn't take damage, healed themselves the entire time, right? I think you could take that whole moment of time of like, okay, this is when people really had like a lot of fun with DK. What parts of this do people like? Can we somehow restore that, but not in a full, right? I don't think Death and Decay AoE Fear is a good move. But like IBF has been a thing for a while and people are fine with IBF. AMS is pretty strong on its own as is. But it's like, and they also had what, good healing in Pandaria, good healing in WAD. And they were still competitive but not like overpowered either. So it's like, Would you maybe bring someone back in? Because at least like with runic stuff, at least it was like, oh, you have to manage your resources to heal yourself, right? So resource management was very, very important. You know, things like that. Of course, like, I mean, second wind, right, for warriors is in, but like we don't have like the Mr. Pandaria second wind, right? So it's like second wind we like, just not the Pandaria version of second wind, right? So I'm wondering if it's like, if you could bring stuff like that back, but just like not in the same strength. Instead just taking as Frost DK for maybe the most fun I had in WoW. What was that? So back in the Wrath days, technically all 3 specs of Death Knights could be tanks. All of them could do it just fine. And all of them is flexing more bodies, or are we good? Okay, flexing one more. So if you guys want to join in, flex these Uno Moss boys. If you guys want to join, the list up on Molten Core. So join up. Wrath of Lich King, yeah. Wrath, basically all 3 specs could be tanks. And Frost Death Knight were really good tanks in particular. Yeah, Frost DK was the best dungeon to take about Lich King if you were geared. Yeah. Yeah, Wrath was a wild time, man. Literally all 3 DKs could do anything. Blood DK was a really good DPS class for a good bit too. At least in certain snapshot in time or whatever. Yeah, I gotcha. Flex, you just gotta make sure to delist it real quick. We'll be good to go, my guy. Just delist and we'll be good to go. There we go. Beautiful. So we got Rip, Flex, and Night King 5 Grand. We go back to the Grand. There's a Lord Iron. There's a Lord Iron. Think it was scary in Wrath? Yeah, everybody that plays like early Wrath, they were scary. Even the Wrath of the Lich King Classic was like the tail end tuning of that expansion. Where Deaths were still very, very strong, but they basically over the time in Wrath, they had to keep nerfing Death Knight and nerfing Death Knight and nerfing Death Knight and nerfing Death Knight, and they got him just right by the final patch. Where they were like still very strong, just not like above other classes and better than everything else. In a way. Sorry, 2016. Yeah. So that's what a Legion. It was a lot of fun. A Legion. How's one welcome on quick now? I'd say pretty solid. Most of them are not. I've seen some Conduit Celestial being played in PvP, but a lot of them is Shadowpan right now. They're decent. They're not like amazing. They technically should be simming really, really high, but they're pretty decent, I'd say. Yeah. It goes hard-ish. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good way. It's like it goes hard-ish. It's not like it goes hard and like the best DPS in every single endgame content progression, PvP, Mythic Lost rates, but it's like you go hard-ish. Ish. That is the most important part of that sentence. Oh, no timer? Alright. Switch. Got us a little JT. Is that another Feral? Oh, no. This man having to go up against Feral's last one was spooky, man. He did get a Feral down, but it took a bit. Dropping down the big totem, got himself so much damage, getting hit back-to-back. Starclaw's not giving this man a chance. It just absolutely slaughtered him right there in the Lordaeron Arena. Did not give him a proper chance to even take a breath or anything. Oh no, got himself another opener onto Conan, immediately hit him with roots. Trinket for trinket right now. Starclaw's having to play around warrior cooldowns. That is Avatar, full burst. Come up, the spirits is out. Get you interrupted. Conan just taking the damage to the face, is going to go for a bit of a defensive after that burst. Starclaw does not have an easy way to escape him though. He could go to the pillar, but a tombstone in the middle, but it is a little bit harder to maneuver away from Conan because you can catch him pretty easily. You may need to go to the graveyard or the cart. Might need to play around those. Stunned by the warrior. It is pretty short. Starclaw might have enough damage here. He got himself Tiger's Lust. Conan still got plenty of damage though. Could go for a big execute. He's super low, but he stays as aggressive as possible. Feral is getting himself quite a lot of healing. Heart of the Wild, just letting those bleeds do the rest of the work. My goodness, that is a lot of damage. Is a Flex up next? It might be. I like this Grim Reaper look, dude. The Scarecrow look with the scythe. Oh, I always wish you had a pet that matched it. Like some kind of like a Gloomhound from like Brill or something. You know what I mean? From Tearguard or something like that. Tearguard? No, Tearguard is Tearsfall. That's what I meant to say. Tearsfall. Tearguard is entirely a different place. That would have been so good though. I don't know if there's another pet that's like has the same mechanics as that as a Rapture. But Starclaw is going to take it a little bit easy. He doesn't have wall for this go. He doesn't have a big heal. That is a hunter, so he could potentially just end the whole like opener and just lock him down with full burst because survival hunters have quite a bit of burst of their own. But he's having to wait it out slowly here. Could potentially position himself to pick up the eye, send the pet, and guarantee deny the Feral a proper opener here. I don't know if he's got camo or not. Because if you got camo, you just camo over and pick it up and just gotta bounce the feral. I think the feral is perfectly fine just waiting for wall and everything like that. He's kind of hanging out by the flare. He wants to jump in. Flares is perfectly set up by DJ. Doesn't have the feral a proper opener. Is able to get a full hunter's mark, and the guy is going to get stunned up. For Flex, it's going to be an opportunity to have a go. He's trying to see if he can maximize that range. Throwing in grenades is going to get the bird doing damage onto Claws as well. If he stays in that lunar shower, it could be a lot of damage. He is standing next to him. That lunar shower not feeling that good at all. Burskin is up. He doesn't have any more defensive. Flex with another set of defensive. Massive burst onto the feral druid. I think it was just an explosive shot. Just took out a huge portion of his health bar. Question is though, does Warrior give this man a proper honor duel? Looks like he's sitting in stealth. Giving him a chance here. Camo out for Flex. Okay, so he's giving him as much of an honor duel as he could possibly muster that. Screwed that up. All good, man. That was a lot of damage on the hunter. That was a lot. I don't think... I guess you could have went aggressive, but like defensively, there didn't seem like there was a lot of options because it looks like he's the heal there, but Wall was not up, Barskin was not up. That is rough, man. Maybe just sitting, just waiting for cooldowns at that point is just the play. Good fight. Still a good fight, man. Flex came out with this banger damage out of left field. I want to see what is that. What did that huge chunk of the Feral's health there? Was it just explosive shot? Just a banked up big damage explosive? That's so good. Flare down for Flex. Out in the open. We're able to get himself calm points. Not calm points, but buffs. It could just open up Shadow Strike. What is that sap? Mile away sap. Flare almost down. Does he resap him? You gotta resap him before the flare is out. I think he should be able to get himself an opener here, right? Cheap shot. Oh, just absolutely pinged him right into a freezing trap. That was so good. Into a stun right after. Roots him in place. Grenade to follow. Just let it the pet attack it from the sky. There's going to be another grenade. Cheap shot out for Word. Trying to see if he can build up some damage. Wall out for Flex. Able to at least reduce some damage taken. Disarm onto Word to try to deny the killing spree. He could go for a proper killing spree right now. Disarm onto Flex. Killing spree to follow. That does a bit of damage though. Quite a bit of damage. That's going to be more shadows. Not shadow strikes. Ambushes. Flex may need to turtle this. Yeah, there goes a turtle. Freezing trap first aid. That's the only thing that's letting him recover health right now. Unless if he can stop this first aid, can he? No, he can't. That first aid did nothing. What was that? Actually did no healing. Does get to ping Murray again, rooting him out. Does go for a bit of damage of his own. Killing the shot, at least it's very, very hard. Flex has to go counter aggressive, I think. He has to go counter aggressive. Full adrenaline rush for the rogue is going to get stunned up. Flex with the freezing trap. Trying to catch up as much health as possible. Next getting shot by the rogue could be deadly. He's got killing spree and everything. Trying to root him. Backing away. Just time to follow. Couple of explosives. Maybe it'll be enough. Big grapple hook with the killing spree to follow. Flex super, super low. Trying to see if he can end the scatter of the explosive. More grenades right after. I think Word just takes it. My God, the rogue with them ambushes on a big killing spree versus the explosive of a hunter, man. That is rough. Ferna getting hit with a disarm as they're going for a bit of cooldowns. I think we're blind into a disarm. I think is what got the blind off, right? I think it was. Charged by the warrior. Got himself full cooldowns available for Chills. As long as you have a leap to reconnect with them. This is where Chills just doesn't want to get hit by your abilities at all. He's just fine hanging back. And for Ferna, there's just no opportunity for you to get any damage out on Chills. He does get the full chain. Got a snowball. What is a snowball attacking? Wait, why is a snowball attacking the ghost? Is that real? AMS for Chills, but Ferna, I think, may just have way too much damage. Does end up stone locking him into a big Reaper side, slashing through the elbow of Ferna. But he's charging back in. Chills trying to see if he can end it. Quick Lidgeborn got himself a bit of a death back to work with health. And back-to-back up Blitz to follow. That is rough, but Chicago gonna be up next. Are you gonna stop his heal? Or just gonna let it happen? I think you're just gonna let it happen. Your Mog is all over the place right now. Chills trying to go for a couple of death strikes, dropping on a dome. Chicago could just hold the damage back. Knows they're gonna get stunned up. Black Blast on and Chills just to back away. And just letting the root hold the death that he in place for a moment. Wraithwalk to break out. If he does have death strikes for the totems at the very least. Chicago triple Frost Wolves. Oh, that looks so cool. Look at that. All Frost, man. If you have any big Frost Sharks for the guy or just an Alien Blast, that would do some damage right now. That would do some nasty damage. I don't know if you got Ice Knife. If you got Ice Knife, that'll also probably do a decent bit too, because all of them buffing up frost damage. But they are short-lived. Very, very short-lived. For Chicago, that is going to be Snowdrift. That is going to be attacking him back-to-back. Chilpa's looking to stun lock Chicago. Is going to be able to get a proper stun. Chicago may be looking at a trinket, trying to go knock at Chills, but the Death Knight does have Death's Advance to deny it. And Chicago could be a potential under a lot of trouble. Does have totems. Trying to reposition him. Wall to follow him. Chill Pill's trying to see if he can back up out of there real quickly. It's going to be enough, though. He got not a lot of help to work with. Blind onto Chicago. Does go for the trinket. Breaks out of it really quickly. That's going to be Lassa. Chicago just did one good hit and does end up taking down Chills, with Farron going to be up next. Chicago may be able to play it slow and steady with a mage. Possibly. Oh, you're too close to the totem, I think. No, he just goes in for full burst. Chicago able to recover a bit of health. 38% dampening. No holding him back. Plenty of Maelstrom, plenty of mana available. He's leaping in on Fern. Cannot stun him for a while, but it's gonna just go to towards the starting of the room. Just dropping the totems on top of him with a healing. He just has to. Can you reach him? You can't even hit him. Yeah, he's line of sighting you right in that cubby hole. He doesn't let you hit him whatsoever. Oh, Meteor coming down. It is not gonna feel good. Did not take that much damage from the Meteor though. I think it was one of your shields, right? That helped it? That, or you could have, or you just avoided that Meteor by being in a cubby. I'm not even sure. I'm actually not even sure. It looked like they should have got hit. Dropping down a totem. I think trying to slow root Farron, possibly. But the mage may be looking for a block here. Chicago got a perfect setup. That's going to be, I think it was an invis for the mage or something. Altar. Oh wait, no. That wasn't. Was it invis? The Chicago backed away for like last second. We're just putting pressure and decided to back away. Unless you decide I'm fully dotted or something. I'm not even sure. It looked like maybe the mage on this, you backed away and then I block him out. But maybe I'm just assuming. Poly out of Farron with the Ring of Frost. Could be opportunity here. Got yourself full ice form. Chicago gonna back up out of it. They can't stun Farron while ice form is active. But maybe could just purge some of the buffs. I don't think you can purge ice form, can you? No, he can just purge all the other buffs though. But that's gonna be a second block for Farron. Do you have a block that heals you? You do. Okay. That is exactly what you need here. 47% dampening, make this harder. So Chicago has to find a way to kill Farron and then get ready for Feral Druid. Some way, somehow. So you gotta be very, very careful with your cooldowns. Avoiding the Meteor is massive. As Farron needs to make sure to land those shatters together with Meteor. So you gotta basically use the smallest amount of cooldowns here versus Farron to win the duel and have the rest of it, bulk of it, ready for the Feral, and you just gotta play it slow, I think, slow and steady. For Farron, whatever the damage they could do for onto Chicago, whatever pressure they can establish now, actually is gonna help Generic a lot. So maybe if Farron is like, you know what, I don't know if I can kill Chicago, if you can at least use up a lot of Chicago's cooldowns and mana and resources, that could at least be huge for the Feral in your team. And that could be at least the team victory in a way. Got yourself Altar, looking for a repositional. Chicago putting himself out in the open, still taking the consistent damage for the Frozen Orb. Not much you can really do. Ring of Frost on one side, so you can't really go with the right angle. And Farron looking to swing around to you. You just gotta find a way to kill the Shaman or the Mage with little commitment. Try to see if you can have a go. Brett to follow. Got yourself a little bit of healing. Trying to recover as much as possible. You know the Feral's gonna be charging you. And that's going to be immediate trinket as a full convoke comes out. It is a 2-minute convoke, so you'll be able to have a trinket for the convoke every time. Full berserk, full everything available for the Feral Druid. Chicago with a wall. I don't know what you can do in this situation. Tell me you have a Bulwark Totem, because that's what you need. No, it does not have a Bulwark Totem for that one. That is so rough. He almost did it too. He was trying so hard to establish himself a potential winning strategy, but unless you have literally every defensive for that Feral at that higher dampening, so you're not going to be able to get a lot of recovery. You need literally everything there just to even stand a chance. That is rough. Good stun. Oh, the Bulwark Totem. Oh, that what it was? Oh, okay. So you did have it, just, yeah. That's rough, man. That's rough. Yeah. That's tough, man. When you get him savaged by Feral, it's like you immediately have to trinket, you immediately have to respond, and you immediately have to start like finding ways to survive this, but also you need to get like counter aggressive with the Feral at the same time, because like nothing else you can really do in that situation. On the GCD of it, that is tough. That is tough. Yeah. Yeah, one more in? Yeah, we can do one more. Do we have one more in me? Yeah, we can do one more, man. We can do one more. I'm down for one of us. Unless you're looking up for like +1 rip flex. I don't know if you're looking for a +1 or one more game. I'm down for one more. I could wait it out. Yeah, I think in that situation maybe it's... I wonder if it's better just to drop down Bulwark instantly, because like if the Feral doesn't attack you, at least like you're given a chance to like catch a breather. If he decides like I'm just not gonna attack until Bulwark is up, because at that point you have the shield and now you can like pick up the eyes and maybe try to deny a Feral an opener. We're ready? Beautiful, beautiful. Let's get another one going. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with these, so I'm down to go again. Let's go back to the Grand, just to give you guys like a proper arena, because some of these arena could be a little over. I can do one more, get some fluid. Alright, cool. Need to send some twos. Dude, we do. I'm around tomorrow. I'm around Monday. I need to get my caps and all that stuff out of the way still. I try to get my caps done when much possible, but like I'm doing a lot of PvE grinding too. And I'm still farming my Dell for that one damn trinket. So yeah, we gotta send some, man. I'm down. Down whatever. I wonder if arms are better against ferals. It can be, but it's not easy either. Because like both our Fury and arms are gonna take a lot of damage from those bleeds. The only thing it comes down to is the burst that you can do. And Kragar played some arms, played some Fury yesterday, but it really comes down to whatever spec you think is going to be able to do the most amount of damage to Feral. I think the bleeds on arms may help by not letting the Ferals catch resets, but it's not a gimme either, right? It's not a shoe-win strategy either. Alrighty, good switch. Got ourselves another one going. Glad I'm not playing, alright? We're just using the live there. Bar, I'm missing, man. You should join us sometime. Bro, just Guerrilla Warfare boss. Just dog Guerrilla Warfare monsters waiting for that bad time is done. Yeah, exactly. Shield's gonna be first up versus a little JT. Man, walling this damage off. Shield's full on Holy Death Knight, summoning up the entire army of the Undeads, everything as the Gargoyle or Valkyrie, whatever you want to call it. Got him some AMS, gonna go behind the pillow. Literally playing range build, just keeping Lil J out in the open, letting him get savaged by the Undeads, just going for a little bit of line of sight. He's literally playing a range class right now, because he can go for Clawing Shadows as well as a couple of death calls around the corner. Lil JT with full ascendance, trying to see if he can ramp up the damage. Shields are available, just letting those pets chip away the shields little by little. Look at those coils, man, able to take away huge chunks of the shield. If we can go in around the corner with a couple of Clawing Shadows too, dotted the guy up, trying to go for a grip. Are you not Clawing Shadows? I think you're not Clawing Shadows, are you? He's probably playing like a full disease build, because that build right now is really strong. Very strong. Just letting those dots do damage. Got yourself the pet. All dots are back in. Little JT trying to go for a couple instances here. AMS up for chill pills. Might be enough. Trying to go for a bit of a yoink. Go grip him back in. Put him right next to him. Full blows for Lil JT. Might have enough damage. Dropping out of dome. Lichborn available. Lil JT got himself big procs. Oh, but Chill Pills got just a bit more damage than the other guy. With Ferna charging in. Trying to get a bit of a payback for Chills. Last time he played Chills, he just was denied his burst completely. Charge? What is this angles on charge, man? It's like I'm gonna go left and turn right. You have like you can beeline the guy, but these charges, man, sometimes they just like give you the weirdest angles on how you can rush the guy. The pathing, man, Blizzard. Although it's not the wackiest pathing we've ever seen. I think the monks with that one Sky Touch talent that's no longer in the game anymore. Sky Touch has some weird pathing, man. If you were in a Blades Edge arena and you won the bridge, like if you were to Tiger Pump to somebody, it would literally charge you up the ramp, up around onto the bridge. It was hilarious. But Furnace, actually your cooldowns have not even been sent. You still have all your cooldowns. You just gotta. I like the mount, by the way. That's a fantastic mount. That's a beauty right there. Look at that thing. But he's trying to see if he can get himself a quick charge. That's going to be the pet charging out at Ferna to root him in place. Full burst is available for Ferna. Got himself every cooldown available. That is the full army of the Undead collapsing onto the Warrior. He's got a limited time and he's going to try to focus on Chills the entire time. Chills does not have a lot of health to work with. Death back last second into a blind to follow. Just trying to see if he can CC Ferna. Let those pets and let the Undeads attack him. Try to fear the pets, but they are all undead. They don't care for fears. They actually will ignore your fear. That's full riders are in. A-Bomb still doing work, still keeping the dots rolling to Ferna, but shows there's just not a lot of health to work with. Could sacrifice his main goal to pick up maybe a little bit of health, but right now he just doesn't have a lot of options. I think he has to play the long game. He has to go maybe for a blind, set up a big A-Bomb go or Apocalypse go onto Ferna, maybe get the army of Undeads again. Does have the pet that he could charge to root Ferna, stun, picking up a bit of damage, second stun by that pet. He's just gonna go for a drive-by. Picking up a little bit of healing, a little bit of damage, playing super safe. First aid. Ferna has to go for a leap. Does he have the leap though? That's a lot of recovery. That is a lot of recovery. I wonder if that doubles up with the leech bonus from Lichborn too. That healing. I wonder if it does. Full army of the Undeads coming back online right now. Gargoyle joining in. Chills picking up a little bit more damage. Mages are running. Mages has got to be on the Warrior though. You got to make sure they're not. Your pets are on passive. You got to make sure your pets are attacking the guy. There we go. They were on passive. This Magus, I was a little concerned there. A couple of coils, but still not out of the woods. Ferna got himself to reflect into a blind real quickly. Chills just trying to see if he can pick up a bit of damage. Fear onto Chills. The pets can still attack the Warrior. We have a stun. Pet needs a stun right now. Otherwise, Ferna could get a big execute on Chills. full army, full pets, stun. Oh, Chills with an IBF, barely surviving that one. Holy, and does get himself a quick grip onto Conan. Conan trying to see if he can do some big damage himself right now, but Chills knows he can play sustained game versus Conan. Does get storm bolted while on the mount. Stunned for a second. Death Strike or two. Needs to go for a bit of healing. Battlemaster Trinket to give himself something to work with. That's a full army joins in. He can't get away from Warrior while he's blade storming. Death Pact is up very, very soon, so at least he got himself a defensive. Does have to go for Death Pact Wraith Walk. Just getting himself out of that situation. If Conan can't leap or can't charge back to Chills, yeah, he can end this right here. Does summon up the Ghoul. Looks like he has to summon up a fresh new one. Maybe sacrifice one to get a new one going. Conan needs to find himself a better angle. Chills just gonna buff up his main Ghoul. Charge on that leap to deny the charge for Conan. Does get the stun, so he's using that Ghoul perfectly. Letting that thing CC Conan as much as possible. That is exactly what he needs. But Chills now will not have a proper stun onto Conan. He does go with Death Strike. Chain. He could charge towards the Ghoul, maybe. Oh man, first aid, he's got a third one. That first aid is the hardest working first aid in the world. Stun onto Conan, does get the army of the undead spawning in. And if you can just CC him, let the pets do work, let the mages do a bit of damage there themselves. That's exactly what you need. Let the mages slow him down. He's able to avoid him for the most part though, but that mages is going to slow him back down with those frostbolts and get a couple of shadow bolts on him back to back. Does have quite a bit of range to it, man. He's a sniper. As Chills does at least put himself in a more winnable position with his health. He doesn't have IBF, maybe a Lichborn is available. Death Indicate to slow down Conan if he tries to approach him, as well as that pet to constantly root him. He does even have the pet defensive, so even if Conan turns the attention onto the pet, that pet can actually tank up and take some of the damage. Chills riding in, riding the Apocalypse, dropping in the A-bomb, dropping all the pets. He's perfectly fine tussling with Conan right now. He still does want to make sure he ranges him, let the pets do work while Chillpus backs up out of there. There's the Riders. Riders just switched off to a wrong target, by the way, it looks like. But the Riders should be able to take it. Oh, Daz gonna cheat death on the Chills. And did have to live by another IBM. But that is so tough, man. Is it Chicago next? It is Chicago next. Do you give him the honor duel or not? Also, I like a little... Wait. Oh. Neato. I don't think... Did I buy that when it was out? I think I forgot to buy that one when that was out in Trading Post. I like the little, like... aquarium you got going on your back. That thing looks awesome. Or what do you call it? Is it an aquarium? It has some water in it, like a statue. I guess you call it aquarium, but it's gonna be the pets. Oh, actually, he got the gargoyle on the side. Hold on, that gargoyle is getting some sneaky shots into Chicago. Not the hardest hitting shots, but some sneaky shots here and there. It does build up in damage the more runes you spend, pretty sure, unless they change that. Did they change it? Maybe the gargoyle has passive damage. I forget now. It's been a while, man. I don't remember. Chicago does have Maelstrom, does have plenty of mana. That is quite a few pets surrounding him, but those pets are actually turning the attention onto the ghosts instead, or the ghostles rather. That is still able to build up Chicago quite a bit of Maelstrom, so he can get in and do a bit of healing. For Chills, he does have some cooldowns going back online. IBF in about 40 seconds. Death Pact is available. Rooted out so you can Wraith Walk out of it. Apocalypse coming back very, very soon. Should be able to get an army rolling into him. Chicago does not have a trinket. There goes the full army. There goes the Riders. There goes everything. Chicago may want to pre-wall this before a stun comes out. Chillpus with an AMS. If he stuns you, gets a full burst on you, this could be really bad. Does get a Bulwark Totem, so he's taking up as much as possible. Blind for a second. Apocalypse to follow. That's going to be more totems for Chicago, but no longer has himself the Bulwark. It is refreshing little by little, but those pets are still doing damage, ruining some of those pets, but the range pet's still able to get quite a bit of value. Chillpus riding out in the open. He's trying to see if he can get himself a better position so he can maybe slink in some damage. He got himself full bar runic power, so you could set it on a couple of death golds. Stun onto Chicago. Does get knocked. Chillpus needs to maybe reposition behind the pillar. Wolves are back up. There's going to be a lot of damage for Chicago. Trying to see if he can dome it down, because there's going to be a lot of elemental damage versus Chicago. At least you can reduce some of those elements at the very least. Lynchborn to follow, just to rotate a defensive wall out for Chicago. AMS up for Chills. He knows he's not in a great spot. He's got a couple of riders on Chicago. At least Nazgûl back there, as well as sacrificing the main pet. Summoning up a fresh new one, hopefully in just a moment. Definitely is going to need that pet. Wraithwalk to try to see if he can win Chicago out of the route, because he needs to be mobile. He can be standing next to Chicago, because I think he just loses if he plays sustained-based gameplay. Stun maybe gives Chillpus an opportunity to have a go. Does get a couple of the death blows too. And he's trying to see if he can maybe get himself around the corner versus Chicago. Does summon up the army of the dead. That's going to be IBF. He's in a bad spot right now in terms of health. That's going to be a counter-strike totem. It's not going to feel great. May have to eliminate it. Does have a death pack in case he needs to. Chicago to turn things around on you, but Chicago is super, super low. Does not have any way to live this right now. Might have to death pack and death pack just to get the kill. He's having to play the long haul game just to land these kills. But he's bringing it back for his team little by little. Flex going to be up next. Immediate blind out of Chills, but I think it's just lights, man. I don't know if there's a way that Chills can somehow turn this around. Stuns out of Flex. He's walking in fully fresh with every defensive available, and Chills just absolutely spent after back-to-back matches. Flare down for Flex. Now it's up to him to bring it back for his team. Chills held the fort, but now Flex needs to find a way to avenge his team. He's got Feral Druids he's got to fight against. Double Feral Rogue, an Outlaw, as well as a Frostmage? Yeah. But now, first of all, he's got to go through Caneric. Cycle on the main pet. Caneric is still slowed down. Flares are down too. Looking for a bit of a reset. And that's going to be Feigned Death for Flex for just a moment. Does avoid the stun by the Feral Druid into Freeze. Lava has just nothing against DKs. It's literally all magic damage. Yeah, it's all fire damage. It is a physical attack, but it does full fire. It's basically a magic hit from melee. Yeah, it does nothing. You literally just have to Storm Strike him or Wind Fury procs. That's the only physical attacks you got, but they are pretty solid. They are solid. I think it's just your build being a little bit more magic build or elementalist build rather. Ooh, I was watching the freezing trap. I was wondering, like, if he leaps in and stuns, is he gonna get frozen? Does get a couple of grenades on him, a couple of explosives. DJ Flex backing up out of there. Caneric does have a couple of bleeds on the Flex. At the very least, Flex can remove those dots with a manic bandages. He probably, hopefully, has his own first aid as well. But that Moonfire is definitely gonna stop a lot of his manic bandages, though. He can remove those bleeds, but he's got to get himself recovery. If the main pet getting hit with a clone, first aid, Caneric used to have a go, but you have sight. You literally see him. He can't sneak up on you. Binding shot, he has to get bound. He does get bound, but in the right direction. That's exactly what he needs. Flex trying to see if he cut across. A couple of damage from Ranger to Caneric. Caneric just walling this off to try to see if he can still stay on point, stay on Flex. With the route to follow, got Barskin, you're okay. Flex trying to get whatever recovery he can. There's a down. He's trying to cut out the Feral because that's all he can do right now. He has to play it super slowly. He has to play it steadily. Does go for a knock. Cyclone on the main pet. Caneric trying to see if he cut across. Freezing Trap waiting for him. He has to go in. He can't just not go in. While Flex is out in the open, he's going to get a decent heal. Battle Masters together with Exil gives him a little bit more health to work with. Caneric got full Heart of the Wild. Stun around the corner. Flex is not going to go towards aggressive disengage. He's trying to see if he can back up out. He's trying to see if he can poke away the Caneric. He does not want to fight him. He doesn't actually want to see him. He doesn't actually want to be next to him in melee. He just wants to see if he can land a couple of those grenades around the corner. That's literally what he's trying to go for. While the pet is keeping the attention of Caneric. He's trying to get in, but he also wants to make sure he's not going to hit either. He has no health to work with. 64% dampening is what's causing him to play this super, super slowly. Caneric needs to get in, get whatever bleeds he can. Even a Moonfire to Flex is going to get hit by the bird. It's not going to feel great. I think it might just be lights, right? Maybe? I think so? Wait, I think he did leave. Or he... I'm assuming he did surrender, right? / surrender? I'm assuming he decides to surrender. So whoever's up next better go. Because I don't think Caneric is playing more. He's like, yeah. I think it is full surrender. So it has got to be either Star Claws, Whir, or Fairlin. You guys got to go next. This man. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough match. The Survival Hunter played it well, but he had to play super slow. He had to play around the pillar. He has to. Otherwise, if he stands next to the cat, he just dies. So he's like, I don't want to give him a victory. I need to play to my strengths. I need to play around the traps. I need to play around the long game. And Whir is going to be up next from one stealth into the next stuff. First aid equal to my AMS in terms of healing. Yeah, first aid is nuts, man. Bro, got the chance of no poison with the Feral. Yeah, Ferals are tough, man. Ferals are rough. They also will kite you out too. They'll put up bleeds and they'll just like ignore, like get away from you while the bleeds just rock your world. Whir does get hit by the pet with a stun. What was that chain from a distance? That stun still goes through though. Whir denied the restart. He needs to get proper go into Flex. Is walking through all the traps. Freezing trap, barely avoiding the freezing, but he does have a cloak. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe he was just able to cloak it. Turning the attention onto the pet. His adrenaline rush should be back up, I think, by this point, right? He just funneling damage into that pet. He does have grapple hooks, so if he can grapple around to catch up to Flex. Kidney shot, perfectly catches him. Trinket. Flex has to respond. He goes in for a harpoon, just a root, where into another route to follow. Tries to create as much space between the two. He got grenades. Big wrap for the rogue to cover the distance into a killing spree to get on top of Flex. Flex unable to root the guy in place. Binding shot. He does not have a human racial for this, so he's gonna get stunned up. He's trying to see if he can not get stunned. He's so low though. He's so low. Into a blind little Flex. He just goes in. Wall for Flex. Root again. We're super low. Oh man, that is so close. That is so close. Flex does get himself a bit of shielding from being a sentinel, but it does so little at 74% dampen. And Fairlin, you just gotta get in, literally bury that man in ice. You have eyes available on the far side. Flex, his camo is barely keeping him alive. It's not doing a lot of healing. It's like 2% heal every few seconds, but with dampening it's like very little, isn't it? Yeah, Hunter 1v3, and I'm calling it now. You think so? Maybe. Oh, man. Fairlin does see the pet around the corner, does see Flex. You just gotta blink in. That, or if he pokes around and tries to send in grenades, you just gotta send in some damage on himself. Oh, there goes a, what is it, Frostfire. I don't know how you got the Frostfire around the corner, but you do get it. Flex just going in for that pet sack or Master's Call, one of those two. They basically have the same animation, but sometimes you can't really tell. I think it might have been Master's Call to make sure the slows are not on him. Fairlin does get hit with the CC. Body shot down. It is going to be DJ just trying to see if he can poke around the corner and get a bit of damage. Fairlin does have 2 ice boxes. You're not going to be able to heal with his box. I think you got to get aggressive versus Flex. If he attacks you, you block it. Otherwise, I think you're just going to get super aggressive. Like hyper aggressive. Full root onto my Flex. Try to see if you can end this right now. Ice box for Fairlin. If you got proc damage, you should just get in with procs instantly. I don't know if you got blink breath and just have a go. Maybe he got a bunch of traps all around the place. So if you are gonna blink, he's gonna trap you. Oh, it's perfect. Kill shot around the corner. Does get a grenade. Oh, it's done. All right, Star Claws. You're the last one. Flex has Turtle. He's got a trinket. He doesn't have a lot of healing at 74% damage, but he flares it down. Do you see him? He's guessing. He has a good guess. Oh, almost caught him. Almost caught him. Trap still out in the open. I don't know if you can see it or not. And Flex does reposition. Flex not denying the Fairlin opener is huge. Not getting hit by that rake, full set of stuns, full set of bleeds is massive. That means he can at least, if he could be the one opening on a Feral, at least he can establish the fight. He can at least see where the Feral is. Flares are down, Star Claws, the eyes are up on either side. Mending Bandage is barely healing you. At most, Flex got to make sure that Mending Bandage is there to remove the bleeds. It won't heal you for anything at 90% dampening. It's a little just bleed removal at this point. Oh, dude, this is rough. Who's gonna win this? I know it's a stealthy duel, but like each move here counts. Eyes are up. He picks it up in bear form. Sees Flex right next to him. Flex missing the freezing trap. Unless he can knock the Feral back into it. He got grenades. Root on the Feral. We're supposed to keep him close. Binding shot to stop the Feral. Does have a trinket. Does he burn it? Does send it. Bear form. He's playing very defensively. Does get rooted for a second. Flex got himself damage. He's got combat. He's got burst. Trinket to follow. Stunner to claws. He does have a wall. Needs to use wall and Barskin when possible. He's not going to be able to heal. He got Barskin, but I think he's behind. I think there's no way for him to come back. I think he can't heal right now. Heart of the Wild and start healing whatever health you can. You need to kill Flex right now. You just stun him, lock him down, but a kill shots are coming through. Turtle, oh, he got enough damage on you and Turtle so you can't stop him. Flex brought it back for the team. Was it 5 or just 4? Chills went for a proper massive burst damage. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. But the Flex brought it back for his team. Oh man, where's my 500 gifted sub? Someone pick up the phone because I called it. Oh, in Chicago you did. Oh man. Oh, this is the best. This is the best duels where it's like everything is on a line. Edge of your seat. Who's gonna win? Every move counts. Making a single mistake, setting a cooldown a little too late, it's over. It snowballs out of control. That's where as soon as you see him popping cooldowns, immediate Barskin, immediate wall, immediate Heart of the Wild. Just send as much damage at the guys you can. Send your bleeds. And make sure to moonfire him so he just continues to rot. Oh, that is so rough. Wild. Peak T-Rex, you said against my lord. Did he actually? 79% damp? Yeah, it's a crazy amount of dampening. It is crazy amount of dampening. You're not healing at that point. If you got defensives, you want to send them. You can't lose health. Health becomes a commodity you can't regain ever. So it's rough. Remember Pink T-Rex never lost a high dampener? Yeah. Hunters can definitely play the long game. It'll be fun to see those honors on normal DPS survivability from the next reset. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I do think the survivability is getting cut down by a decent bit. I mean, at the high dampening, like his Sentinel basically is doing nothing for him, right? It's very little, but even that's getting cut down by quite a lot, so it's going to be like irrelevant at that point, I think. Wall also going to be pretty sizable. 5% DR. It seems like not a lot. It's like only 5% more, but it's like you take 5% more damage when you have a defensive. Like things are going to get scarier. That means you're going to force out your turtle, your heals earlier. So like, yeah, it's not going to be like wall and I'm chilling. It's going to be like wall and I might need something else. And then you're just going to be out of cooldowns by then. That was awesome. Chat, that was great. Also, the only person getting the healing is the Hunter camo, heals for percent healing. It does heal for percent healing, but percent healing does get reduced by dampening either way. So like he does get a little bit of healing, but it's like a drip feed, right? It is a passive heal while he's stealth, but it's a drip feed. It is very, very low. Percent healing used to not be reduced by dampening, but then they changed it so it does. The only thing that isn't reduced by dampening is technically the Mage's alter time, because it doesn't heal you, it sets your health to a certain percentage where you were before when you use alter. But yeah, but camo is a heal. It is percentage. It's a passive healing, and so like the longer match goes on, in a minute you still will get a decent bit. But yeah, it's not like amazing like it used to be. But yeah, it still is a very, very low. Used to be not that way. Chat, that was awesome though. I enjoyed the hell out of these duels, and I think we'll probably call it right there, man. It can't get any better than that. Last duel of the night, and it really came down to the wire. The feral versus the survival. I cannot wait to put these on the YouTube though. Every DK heal is based on percentage healing dip and it destroys the class. Yeah, that's another one. Well, I mean, also the Blizzard nerfing Death Strike on top of it, right? That probably also destroys the class a little. You know what I mean? GG's. Oh, excuse me. All good, Chicago. All good. Yeah, it used to. No, you're not wrong. For a bit, percentage healing used to ignore dampening completely, but they changed that at some point. Like I won't even be able to tell you when. Right? It's just kind of like it was that way, and then it wasn't, or it wasn't that way, and then it was. It's just at some point they did it. But yeah, good duels, boys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think Shadowlands and BFA, the percentage healing used to ignore it. Because remember, Zandalari used to be so good. Like, Saya would just be like, bubble Zandalari healing because it's percentage based, and it'd be like, doesn't matter for dampening, he just heals to full. Or mages with ice blocks, right? Because that used to do percentage healing. That used to be full. Yeah, percentage healing used to be really, really nuts. And that's why I think rogues were really good too, right? Percentage healing, it was percent. It wasn't a specific number it healed you for. It just healed you for a percent. So it will also ignore dampening, which probably explains why rogues were so busted. Yeah. Thanks, gang. Yo, thanks, boys. Appreciate you. You guys are super fun to hang out with. I'll catch you guys all Monday or Tuesday. Definitely Tuesday, maybe Monday if I'm in the mood. But I've been like, dude, having my hard drive die on me like this set me back. I haven't really been able to like properly play the game in a good bit. So I kind of want to see if I can get some work done now, so I can hopefully enjoy actually playing the game Sunday, Monday, catch up, get all my stuff done. Eric, hit me up tomorrow or Monday, man, so we can do some tunes together, get caps and all that stuff. Thank you, boys. You guys are awesome. Super for hanging out with all you. For Crom. We'll see you guys at least Tuesday, if not Monday. Alrighty? Have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I usually bad at ending streams, so I'm just gonna end it here. Alrighty. Peace.
Nothing on my